Hello, and welcome to a little game I'm going to call Krash Kobolds, which gives absolutely nothing away. It seems that we are the last game of today, and we are going to be going on a little adventure with all of my brand new friends here, which I'm going to go around and we're going to do introductions for all of these people here, and character introductions will be done inside the game proper when we do get started. So for me, I'm just going to go off my screen here. And Larry, you're the first one next to me. So if you want to introduce yourself and who you are, that'd be great.
Well, hello, folks. My name's Larry Dixon. I write a series called The Heralds of Valdemar with my wife, Mercedes Lackey, and we just got picked up by Universal for a new series. So, hooray! Um,
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
That's huge.
Worked on the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit films, and I've written a bunch of books, and I've been a gamer since the 70s. I'm happy to be here with you.
Excellent. I'm glad I can bring you in for a little ridiculous action then. It should be a very good time. Going down off of this, Temple, you are next for me. If you don't mind introducing yourself.
Everybody. I am Blind Temple at Blind Temple on Twitter. I help with blind accessibility stuff for my fellow blind people, and I help educate the sightlings out there once a month on an Ask Me Anything. On the 18th of every month, you can ask me on Twitter, and I'll tell you so you don't ask stupid questions to blind people out there. And I can help you with blind accessibility stuff on your games and stuff you're running, and we'll be more than happy to.
Yes, thank you.
That's
And
me.
I think as a good note, this is only the second game I've run with like the level of accessibility that we've had here, like as a production. So if you ever need extra description or anything, and this is for everyone at the table, just let me know, and we'll do more things in that fashion. Okay. Uh, Moving on, blue collar DM Howie, please introduce yourself.
Yes, hi there. My name is Howie. I am the blue collar DM. I do a lot of educational stuff for new players and dungeon masters out there on the interwebs, the social medias, and all that stuff. Projects right now, I've actually we've got a live stream game coming up starting on Tuesdays. It's gonna be Wild Beyond the Witchlight, starring a very interesting cast of characters, including Corey Wade from the old Tyra Banks Next Top Model, that whole thing. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. So yeah, that's what I do. I run games on the internet for cool and awesome people. So
awesome.
check you out.
Nice, thank you. Last and certainly not least here, Sam, please do introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up? My name's Sam. I run a YouTube channel called We're in Hell, where I like to. I'll talk. Lately, it's just been like me talking about bad reality shows as a way to like talk about political and sociological issues and stuff too. Example, there was a show on Netflix that's about it's a home renovation show called Stay Here, but the twist is that all the houses that are renovated will never be lived in. They will only ever be rented out on Airbnb. Truly satanic. So I like made fun of that show and then talked about how Airbnb hurts cities and like the housing crisis in Toronto where I live and stuff like that. Check me out. I will probably be releasing a video while this stream is going on, God willing, that my internet holds out. But
so if you disappear, we know what happens, and YouTube took you away from us, and that's yeah, nice. It sounds like you talk about really nice, lighthearted things.
The video I'm releasing right now is about medical euthanasia. So.
Aww.
Perfect.
Actually.
So taking a break from rather serious topics on that front. Hi, I'm Joel, also known as Runaway Robot. I'm a professional tabletop role-playing game GM. It is my full-time job and content creator for Dungeons and Dragons things. It's what I do. Probably way too much of. But like I said previously, we're going to be playing a game I'm calling Krash Kobolds. If you were ever a fan of the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons, and this may be dating me a little bit, there was a show called Wacky Races, one of my favorite things that ever came out, and they did like 10 total episodes, and then that was it. But we're going to be doing that in the vein of all of our friends here are kobolds. And I think it's a perfect time for us to get into that portion of the show here. We find ourselves in the throne room of the great kobold queen. She has demanded an audience with her finest inventors and kobolds of ability.
Oh,
Inside the chambers here, we see stacks of shiny things. Diningware, cutlery, marbles, shiny shoes, a whistle, board game pieces, keys, a particularly shiny rubber duck, a trophy with a placard on it that says Top Toddler T-Ball Champion Horatio the Incredible Fearsome Red Dragon, stacks of magazines also functioning as a throne, with a particularly interesting issue of Peasant Monthly, a random assortment of buttons, a belt buckle without the belt, and all other manner of shiny bits. Sitting there, shining in the light as mirrors reflect sunlight from random holes in the walls and ceiling, creating a spotlight on the queen and the subjects before her. The royal projectionist swings the mirror over to our gathered group of kobolds as the queen addresses them. Who has been brought before me? Royal steward, I have asked for the greatest and finest of our kobolds to take part in the Realm Rally Royale. Who have you brought to me? And the steward kind of toddles up here with a totally non-functional monocle being worn on his face. And he looks you all up and down and over. And we have a nice little flashback of the steward just taking random kobolds up off the street and bringing them inside the queen's chambers, delivering the best, brightest, and finest of all kobolds there are to be had here in the town. And he kind of goes down the line. Stand up straight, please. I can't separate from my body. The head is valuable to me. Yep. Yeah, now stand up straight, clean it off. And he kind of dusts off one of you here and then gets to the far side and goes, yes, my queen, I have brought the best, brightest, and finest of all kobolds. And he leans over to the first in line. This is where you volunteer to introduce yourself, your character, and give a description, or I will do it like a substitute teacher in middle school. Who's
Too
going
slow.
first? Sam, it's you. You're doing your description. Who do we
Surprise.
see as the camera pans across?
Go. Okay, so let's do this. We see a kobold. He's wearing a sort of like domino mask over his eyes and a cloak. He's sort of like huddled, like half visible, like half obscured in shadow as he steps forward, and like does like a dramatic flourish, revealing assorted, just like I'm gonna call them loosely like knives, but it's just assorted sharp objects.
Yeah.
That are like haphazardly attached to various parts of his outfit. You are seeing Dark Justice, aka Vimble. Vimble, you know, he's very wealthy by kobold standards and has just been living with his parents. Hasn't really made much of himself, but he's gotten real into this crime fighting thing. This crime fighting thing. And so Dark Justice, his goal is to fight crime and be a great detective. So he's gonna in dramatic flourish throw open his cloak and then sort of bow and go, Your Majesty, I was selected to I was selected. I hear that you require help investigating a crime. It would be my honor to bring some lowlives to justice.
The queen looks over at the steward, and the steward just shrugs and shakes his head here. Vimble, I recognize you. Your family is the only one that comes too close to the wealth of royalty. Yes, this is fine. Perhaps you will die on the race course, and I will not have to worry about you any longer. Next! Who next is here to serve? And the steward all right, and goes over to the next one. Who does our camera see next?
Hey, hello there. So I am playing Norma. Norma is a 35-year-old kobold grandmother. She has a small little like Afghan over her shoulders that she's kind of like got to kind of keep her warm because she's always like kind of just cold at all times. She also has like a little satchel of black licorice candies at her side, as well as a brooch on each side that she wears on her on both sides of her chest. One of them is of a flower. One of them is of, you can't even really fathom. It looks almost as if like it was a flower that was like broken off, and so now it's just like the needle is like kind of just like there. She thinks it's a brooch, but she kind of makes her way up and she goes, "Ah, Queen, you need the best and the brightest. You should have gotten my grandson. He is a very astute man, of a good old kobold age of 4."
Yes. I see you've grabbed Norma, the only one that could compete with me for matriarchal category. Welcome, Norma. Perhaps you will also die on the race course for the glory of the Queen. And she takes her little crown off, which is really just a shiny iron ring with a bunch of random assemblage of forks sticking up out of it, and she and wipes it on her cloak there and puts it back on her head. Yes, good to see you, Norma. How is that grandson of yours? I am looking for a consort.
I'm sure he could probably serve that pretty well, oh God, or whatever you need him to be. He is a very talented, strong young boy.
She leans over and talks to Stuart. Can we bring him in? And the steward's no, Your Majesty. He's actually like a child. It's not okay. Fine. Who's next? He will serve me.
Years. Don't let you forget it.
Who is next to serve me in the realm Rally Royale?
Temple, you or me?
What?
Okay. Lucky.
That's it? Just Lucky?
Your Majesty, your incredible high holy personage. You're amazing in every way, and you have no idea how good it is to be within range of your odors.
Do go on. This is wonderful.
Yes. Nobody else could bring such dignity and grace to that throne, especially those issues. How may be of who? What are we doing? Oh, yes. I am one of the greatest inventors known to the world.
You're also very good at flattery, and I do appreciate that. You may approach and kiss my ring.
Wouldn't that be the greatest thing ever, getting so close to your shiny objects?
You note that she wears a ring pop for a ring and goes through quite a few of them every day. She presents it to you here.
I will go right up and I will proceed to lick. Oh my goodness. That tongue is wrapping around at least 6 times.
Oh yes.
It goes into slow motion in very disturbing ways, to be honest.
This is so much.
This is quite grotesque.
Yes, it glistens.
Perhaps this has gone on long enough. And she kind of like pulls her hand away a little bit.
Even me and Jeremy didn't get that deep.
Finger guns. Yeah.
As our camera pulls away to show you, what do you look like, Lucky?
Well, he actually looks like a lab coat.
Just a lab coat.
Yeah, his head's kind of small for it, and the leaves are kind of long, and there are tool belts hung on the inside and outside, and he has a necklace of obviously fake gold, like obviously fake. You can see the brush marks, and it says number 1 on it. That's it, just the number 1.
Yes, I see that you wear the sacred number of 1. Clearly, we have found the best and brightest. Get back in line.
I possess the power of bling.
She leans over to the steward. The power of bling. Have we conquered this yet, or is this like one of those newfangled things? My queen, I've never heard of the power of bling. Yes, use the power of bling.
Yes.
To bring defeat to our enemies.
All of you, master of secrets.
It goes back in line with the rest for our final kobold assembled here today. Temple, please do give us a description.
I am sudden, and that guy with the glass stuck in his eye hit me in the head and drug me in here, and it hurt.
No, my queen, I absolutely did not do that thing. Silence! I don't care how you got here. What do you provide?
You are lucky. because I am a magnificent driver. Magnificent! You hear?
I can hear you, but I don't know if I believe you. What have you driven?
Well, things. That's not important right now.
Things! He's driven things!
Things.
Well, yes, my
And-
queen, he has driven things.
And you know I'm fast because my leather armor is red, as is my skull cap.
He's got great points here! Look at
You
him!
know,
Decked out in red, clearly the fastest of the colors!
and I am not just fast, I am sudden.
That's even faster than fast! It appears suddenly!
This
Yes!
is so. Can I
Yes.
hit the guy with the glass in his eye in the head too?
My queen, please don't allow him. Yes, you may do so as you head out to build your machine. I shall have you racing in the Realm Rally Royale, the greatest race in all of the realm and rallies. You will build the machine. The last one didn't do so well. It kind of blew up at the end, and, well, we've kind of just got the pieces remaining and a pile of very probably useful and shiny stuff for you to utilize and build something out of it. Clearly, you, as the best and brightest of kobolds, will have no trouble creating the best machine out of all of them and bringing us victory, showing that kobolds are indeed the fastest and, yes, the most sudden of all the races. Now go! Make your queen proud.
What's our
She-
funding?
She
I just
sounds
need to
very
know the
familiar.
You get 200 shiny pieces.
What?
Ooh.
My grandson doesn't even have 200 shiny pieces.
200 shiny pieces.
My
that
queen,
we
that will
pick-
bankrupt us. That's fine. It's worth it for the trophy in the end. Yes, that you get to pick. It's fine. Most of them will be these magazines that I'm sitting on here. I've already read them. Now go!
Ah!
Construct! And the
I will
steward
flee.
Kind of move out of the way and attempt to dodge the hit here from Sudden as you make your way to the quote-unquote garage, which is really just an assemblage of junk. What looks to be probably the former chassis of whatever this vehicle was. It's got 4 dilapidated wheels of various different materials, a rusted out steam engine of some kind just slapped onto the back. And it seems the previous inventors had slapped on a giant wooden wine barrel for a body. There is also a pile of just stuff in the corner. Whatever things and stuffs you might think could be useful here in the construction of your vehicle for the Realm Rally Royale. The steward comes in here and kind of just stands over at the door and allows you to go forth and build something.
My sister's getting more cross and cross by the days pass. My goodness.
Ah,
Wow.
well,
I really
As-
wish.
as your master of engineering and knowledge of all things secret about racing, as well you know.
My grandson knows more.
Mm-hmm. Well, I see that we have some things to work with here, and some things we will require. For instance, this is hungry work, and we will need barbecue ribs. Now?
Barbecue. Yes, of course, barbecue ribs. We can provide that. He leans outside the room. Barbecued ribs.
Dead ones.
Dead ones specifically. Do we have extra barbecue sauce?
I don't want that to happen again.
The conversation continues outside the room about the ribs.
Oh, look, there's plenty of great things over here. Look, I found these little glass, birds. We could probably use these somehow. Or at least they'd look good on the dash.
With my impressive charisma of 8, I go, lay them before me.
All right, here's a blue jay and a cardinal and a sparrow and and you see one of them's look at that one. It's perched on a tree. Oh, look, a dancing lady in a hula skirt. This'll work lovely.
I may need to keep that.
Yeah.
This will definitely balance out the equilibrium of the car so it doesn't tip over.
Oh, you think you know science?
Well, my grandson's taught me everything I know.
The toddler.
He is no toddler.
Does he toddle?
Well, yes, but doesn't everybody? I see
reserve judgment.
you have tunnels on your feet too.
Sudden.
Yeah.
You wish to be the driver?
I am the best driver in all of Coldabum. Coldabum. Cold. In the Kobold country.
Koboldium. That is the fuel we are using.
I did not know that. I just thought I was the fool you were using.
Throw him in the boiler.
I'll allow it.
Who's being the fuel?
So,
And you, dark, the darkest of justice.
I'll be protection. I think the main focus of our ride needs to be firepower. We're gonna take down these scumbags.
Well, this will be a top secret activity. You will need to keep guard on the perimeter while we work. Allow no one that is not bringing food or supplies in.
Very well.
I'm leaving it totally open what that means.
yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh yeah. Yeah, what do you want to do? You've been given this job now by your lead engineer. While they construct the vehicle, you are supposed to keep watch and keep guard and make sure that no one that's not working on this thing or bringing food is allowed inside.
There's going to be a lot of dead kobolds back.
Oh yeah, but
So what do you want to do? Like, what does that look like when you go keep guard and keep watch?
Okay, so yeah, I guess yeah, Dark Justice is going to for sure gonna be like hiding in some shadows for sure. I'm imagining like some, I mean, you know, it's some classic Batman Arkham games stealth gameplay going on.
So you're like up in like a rafter or something,
Yeah,
like up in the
It's
ceiling
he's
looking
above a
down.
rafter hanging upside down, you know, that kind of stuff.
He's
likes
clearly
to do.
he's clearly visible, so I'm calling over. We can build you a mysterious corner or a gargoyle to stand upon.
That would be wonderful. Yeah, I do really appreciate that you would take the time.
Quickly,
to do
a
that.
gargoyle is constructed out of random assemblage of junk and provided for you up in the rafters. What I would like for you to do for me, Mr. Justice, is roll me two things: stealth and then perception as you keep watch and the build begins. For the rest of my kobolds here.
I am just realizing I should I'm not good at
You're
D&D.
fine.
I'm gonna open a thing to figure out how to make this work so I can
Perfect.
How to make this work? You have D&D Beyond. You should be able to roll directly from that, yeah?
Oh, does it?
Click on the numbers.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Click-
Okay. So wait. Sorry.
click
Am
the
I stealth and what was it?
Stealth is the first one, and then I want you to perceive.
Okay. Stealth. I got a 13.
Perfect. Love that. Now perceive for me.
All right. Let me do some perceiving here. 16.
Perfect. Love that. Now you are perched behind the junk gargoyle, watching the hall, ensuring that no one enters that is not just carrying food or building said thing. And we'll get back to that in just a moment. Now, as we go to our kobolds who are constructing the vehicle, what are we doing here? What do we want this thing to look like? As you dive into the pile of junk, anything your kobold heart desires lies inside. What do we build?
It needs to be red.
Okay.
Yes.
It also needs to have enough room in it in order to be able to accommodate all of our kids and children and grandchildren. We
Minivan.
got to make sure it's got. Well, I was thinking more of like a station wagon with wood panels.
Okay.
I have
It's
the
gotta have
perfect solution.
wood panels. Yes.
I have the perfect solution. We will tow a wagon behind it that will have room for anyone we want. But
Oh, that's great.
in racing, and he always uses a hand gesture for some reason. Racing.
Oh, you see that? He put a lot of emphasis on that. It must be important. Everybody pay attention.
Yes, I put emphasis on the right syllable. So, in racing, it's important to add lightness. So it must be a very light vehicle to be fast. More than fast, pointed Sudden.
Sudden.
So
Good.
here's what I have. We need someone incredibly strong.
Do that. And you're looking at probably the skinniest, rail thin, weakest looking kobold you've ever seen. He walks over to the car, well, the remnants of a car, and he reaches down and grabs the back end of it and lifts it up over his head so you can all see the undercarriage. And as he does, you notice the gauntlets he has on his hand glow. He may have come across and liberated a pair of gauntlets of ogre power someplace along the way.
I proclaim you the Fist of Racing.
The Fist of Racing?
The
That sounds
Fist.
like a fight.
Yes, the Fist of Racing. We will go into this rally, and they will know what it means to be fisted by you.
Suddenly fisted by me.
Sounds so awful.
Now, to make it light, we need a lightweight frame, and there are 4 of us. And he holds up 3 fingers.
Right.
We need bicycles. Find bicycles, wire wheels. The chicks love the wire wheels.
Well, this is true. I do like a pair of wire wheels for sure.
Yes, Granny knows.
I don't have much. I don't
Granny.
Make sure it's one of those big ones with the big wheel
Yes, well, Granny is a
and the high
kilf.
seat.
Granny
I
is a
don't-
kilf. She knows.
I do.
A kilf.
I know.
So, to look for bicycles, how many are you looking for? How many bicycles do you think this thing needs?
6.
6 bicycles. As you dive into the pile of junk, I need investigation checks
Yes.
from the group. And while you do that, we're
Okay.
going to hold on to those numbers real quick. We're going to flash back outside to our friend Dark Justice. Dark Justice, you are watching the hallway here. And you see someone coming down it. No, it is not the kobold steward who was sent to go get ribs, quite specifically barbecue dead ribs. But no, it is someone else. They look vaguely kobold-esque, but you start to realize that potentially they're wearing a mask. And they seem to be skulking through the hallway. Looks like the gargoyle has done well to hide you up in the rafters. What would you like to do?
Okay.
Just give me an idea. Just tell me what you would want to do.
No. I mean, I think I'm I want to like suss him out and sort of keep an eye for like what he's doing, try and see if I can ascertain his identity or if there's like
Roll me
what's going on with
insight.
this disguise.
Roll me that insight check. Yeah, okay. And while you do
Ooh,
that, we're
let's
going to
do
come
that
back.
insight check.
Yeah, we'll come back to the investigation. So, give me your investigation numbers.
22.
Whoa! Okay.
15.
15, okay. And?
11.
11. Through the power of kobold friendship, you are able to not only find 6 bicycles, but 26 bicycles amongst the pile of junk with various different size and shape, wireframe wheels. Some of them look to have even been in the very famous other race here. Not it's the Tour de Force rather than the Tour de France.
Right. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, of course. So you find 26 bicycles amongst the junk. It seems that this pile may be mostly made of bicycles.
There's a lot of wheels in here. They do say that you need wheels to move one of the race vehicles, so we should probably get a lot of these, right, Mr. Lucky?
Yes, I am the luck man. Yes, and you are familiar with the wise old saying that if it had wheels, it would be my granny? Which is totally the wrong saying.
Nope, I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, you haven't been around as much as me, as a master. Call me master. please. Any of you will do.
No, I think I'm good. I've been, ever since Jeremy passed, I've been rather lonely, but not desperate.
Poor Jeremy.
Rest in peace, Jeremy.
Poor Jeremy. Let us put
Yes.
him out of our minds now forever. And we will find these bicycles and, oh, yes, I think we will get the greatest support and incredible steering by only using the front assemblies. Everyone will get a seat. So in addition to what the engine produces, we can pedal.
Oh,
Science!
Yes, this is good. So we go with 4 bicycles, front assemblies, pedals.
Yes.
Okay.
And extra chains.
Yeah.
And most importantly, an extra set of big wheels from bicycles so that it can support the coming motor.
Nice. Love that. Okay, as you set about installing your bicycles, the pedals, extra chains, and wheels, we go back outside. What was our insight check here, Mr. Justice?
Our insight check was a 9.
A 9. As you watch this person seem to be approaching the door of the garage here and peering around the side, you note that they are noting things quite obviously in a notebook, which you catch the cover of.
A clue.
And it says super secret spy notes.
Okay. Well, super secret spies are allowed, right? Or was that like
that was specifically not on the list of things to be allowed in.
And I only specified that the people who get in, he can stand there and take notes all he wants.
Mm-hmm. So it's up to you to decide what is allowed.
Oh, I mean, I think it's time to go dark justice on this criminal. If you know what I mean? I think I'm gonna try and subdue him.
Sure.
If I'm hiding, I am a rogue. I can do the sneak attacky thing and go and do that.
So you want to drop down on this person?
Oh yeah, we're jumping down, and I'm gonna try and real cool as I'm dropping down, throw a flurry of my makeshift knives, one of which slices the notebook out of his hand. Hits the notebook.
Okay.
And,
are you attempting to kill or just disable this person?
Just disable.
Okay, so we just kind of want to, got it. So as you
it's
got
in
closer...
the Batman way where he can throw knives at people and they come away bruised, you know?
Sure, yeah, no one actually dies for whatever reason, even though you probably broke a bunch of their ribs. Yeah, absolutely. From this, as you look at this person getting closer here, they are about the same size and stature of a kobold, seemingly wearing some kind of paper mache kobold mask, but you note quite distinctly that their skin color seems to be in shades of green. As you leap down upon them, go ahead and roll me an attack with your random assemblage of knives at advantage, because he did not know you were there.
Okay.
So advantage is two rolls, and we take the higher number.
Yeah. So first one is 19, and second one is crit 24.
Okay.
What?
Roll me the general damage of this as your knives go through the air. Roll me crit damage. Why not?
So yeah, that's 13.
Perfect. Yeah, you've successfully disabled whatever this person is, as their notebook is pinned to the wall with one of your random shiny sharp objects there. And our camera sees the super secret spy notes open where he was scribbling down the distinct details of 26 bicycles and the extra chains and pedals. And you land on top of them there, and their mask is knocked off from them, and you see a goblinoid face underneath. No, don't hurt me, please. Oh, God. Oh.
Was he doing a voice, or is that just him?
Can I try and interrogate him? I'm gonna try and be who are you working for?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll me an intimidation check with advantage.
Now
as
he's
you
not
have
certain
clearly...
about the voice.
Oh yeah, this is rules. Okay. First one is 2.
Okay, love that.
And Okay, second one's 12.
Perfect, yeah.
I do have a -2 in intimidation.
No, it's fine. You've scared the literal piss out of this goblin as you watch as a puddle begins to formulate underneath. He's like, ah, that the Goblin King sent me. He said I had to come and I had to find out what you were doing so we could win. And don't hurt me, please. And as now this goblin is crying on the ground here, the rest of the party inside where they're constructing this bicycle conglomeration now sees that Justice has found a spy.
Did y'all hear that? It sounded like somebody just it sounds like they got chickens out there. That's not what we wanted.
I definitely heard some justice harangues hitting the wall.
This is it.
I don't know. I don't know what he threw them at, but it sounded painful.
Let's investigate. And he pulls out a ridiculously oversized magnifying glass.
Perfect. As you begin to investigate in the direction of the open garage door, you see Justice pinning down a goblin, a papier-mâché kobold mask lying off to the side, and a notebook of super secret notes pinned to the wall.
I see that Dark Justice has impacted this one's near future. So, what do we have here? He says to Mr. Justice. That's what's on his notes is Mr. Justice.
Mr. Justice, yeah, right.
Yeah.
It totally makes sense.
Yeah. Found the spy from the Goblin King.
The Goblin King? You remind me of the Babe.
Stop. No, I don't. Absolutely not.
The Babe with the power.
No, that ain't me. No. No, can you get off me, please? Just let me go home.
Or a voodoo.
Sutton's going to pull the super secret notebook off the wall
Absolutely.
and takes out a half-used crayon and writes, "Goblins suck."
Yeah. Perfect. Absolutely.
And then hands it back to him.
Does
Takes
that
it
count
on the
as a
secret?
secret?
He takes it while he's on
Wait.
the ground.
I think it's a secret to them.
Can
Wait,
you let me up?
can
I
we
like
take that
you.
notebook?
You could take it if you want to.
Wait, is there notes on any other racers in it? Like,
Sure.
are we
Would
the
you
first
like to?
ones he
Would
went
you like to read that?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you snatch the notebook from him, and as you keep watch over this goblin who's trying not to get stabbed with more sharp, pointy things. You peruse through the super secret spy manual. What you find is the following. It seems that he's gotten some intel on what seems to be 2 other racers for the event so far. You find that apparently there is a group of dwarfs known as Sneezy, Sleepy, Happy, and Mo. And he has a
watch out for Mo.
drawing. He has a drawing inside the journal, and it seems for us, everyone at home, we recognize this as it's an actual tank, like with treads, a pivoting turret, and a cannon atop it.
I'm
Then
going to stand back and go, Mo, my nemesis.
Mhm.
I've never
One of the
heard of him
best
before.
inventors.
But
One of the
yeah.
best inventors. And then the
so
other one here is that there are 2 twins, Umf and Kumpf, these ogres, and the vehicle that they have seems to be 2 cylindrical pieces of stone strapped between 2 large logs and a bench in the middle of it there. They seem to be propelling it with their big ogre feet.
So they have a handling advantage.
Well, it seems to me that it's that these individuals or these dwarves mean to run amok during this race. We should probably have something to if only my grandson was here, he would know exactly what to do.
And I'll flip my head over to look at Vimble with the sound effect. You Has this goblin committed a crime?
Absolutely.
No.
Mercedes spying on us.
I know.
And then
I'm
giving us information.
It's not a crime. It's just some light potential sabotage. No crime.
I can respect
A
that.
crime. He's ugly.
Well, hang on. Beauty's in the eye of the
That
beholder.
too. You're also ugly.
No,
know,
don't ever look in the eye of a
You ain't
beholder.
got no alibi.
You have a beholder.
Okay. Okay, back off, everyone. He's got a beholder.
He's
Oh, crap. He's got a beholder. Everybody back up.
Tell me you're a beholder.
Oh my gosh. He just sits there cowering, tears streaming down his goblin face.
Please just let me go home.
You swallowed it, didn't you?
Perhaps.
That means it's inside you. So it can be cut out.
Wait, no! Oh God, please!
No. Hold on. I've got the solution for this. Hold on. Let me get in my. No, that's not the blue one. Yeah. I know how to get it out of him without having to cut him open, all right? So this little substance here is going to help with that, all right? Now, sorry. You like black licorice, right?
No, it's the worst of the licorices.
I've never heard anybody call it that.
Defiant.
All right. Yeah,
He's defiant.
Try some of this. It'll help settle your stomach.
No, it's probably
No.
poison.
No, it's not poison.
Why should I trust you?
Because I offered you candy.
We
What, you just
we
take
got
candy
you
from...
prisoner. Why would we waste good poison on somebody we can just stab?
Another fair point.
And he'll extend his goblin tongue.
All right. All right. Give that thing about 5 minutes to settle, and then we'll have the beholder out in no time. All right. So while the ipecac takes effect, what else do we want to do with this guy?
I can't say I'm a fan of his tongue technique.
Oh no.
I'm
Can
gonna
we
say we
have
lock
one
him
of
up.
his ears to hang on the car? Good luck. It's green.
We'll lock him up and put him in a jail that's very easy to escape from so that we can have episodic hijinks every week or so.
Oh, that's badass.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I really like this. Oh God!
Oh,
And he begins to vomit profusely everywhere. What you find is that, yes, there are eyeballs that come out, but none of them seem to be the eyeballs of a beholder.
we
What
may
can
need
I do for
to.
these, there, lad?
Fish!
Oh.
Harmonica?
I got hungry!
You know, technically, he did bring us food.
Yeah, I guess.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I suppose we should let him in.
You know what? Well, you
I will name you Geyser.
Why would you ever... Oh, I
yes,
get it!
better out than in, lad. We'll get all that disgusting stuff out to you here in a moment.
I told you I didn't like black licorice!
Well, we got ribs. Do you like ribs? We got those coming too.
Yes.
Wait, I mean, yeah, probably...
And he begins to just lie down and curl up.
Oh, wait, hold on,
occasionally.
hold on. Okay, it looks like you're good now. All right. We got the eyeballs out. That's good. Hold on. Here we go. This pink stuff will help just settle your stomach a little bit more.
And then, you force feed him. And he-
This does the opposite of the thing I gave you before.
yeah. It seems to assist in a little bit of time, but he's still left crying on the ground at your mercy with you having some more information on what your opponents will have. Is there anything that you want to add to your vehicle?
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, yes.
Well, we know with the Giants that they're yabba dabba doing it with like the Flintstones one. I feel like we need an oil slick, right? Obviously.
I've got my ball
Done.
bearings.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. Oh,
Good.
yeah.
It's so
Wow.
nice to meet someone else that has respect for carrying 1,000 of anything.
I mean, you never know. I've got I came 1,000 of everything. The ball bearings, pieces of black licorice, vials of Epicac.
1,000 files.
Well, I mean, they're single serving sizes, and then I've also got
Yes.
if you ever have a headache, I can help you get rid of it, or you can not feel your face. It depends on what you want first.
The time will come for both.
All right, good.
But yes,
But
I have
we
solutions.
do need something. We do need something to help power this thing. I was thinking we get a couple. I saw some slot machines in there earlier. We could just like hold on the cranks, and then maybe we get a jackpot, and it just flies us through.
Yes, jackpot charging.
You are
Yes.
You're Mr. Lucky.
We can
Yes.
each have. Yes. We can each have a gambling machine with a lever, so we have the chance of getting 4 boosts at once.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Yes.
Yes, my grandson was saying something about if you put force in one direction, it has an equal and opposite force the other direction. So if we fire a lot of gold or whatever comes out of the thing that way, we should go that way.
I've got
Urban
it.
legend. I don't believe that.
Well, I believe it. My grandson told me about it. He's a bright one, you know. Just finished college.
College. I see.
Yeah, pretty soon he'll be going through his midlife crisis before you know it.
And will buy a Miata. Yes. So, well, I think that if we put all of the gambling machines facing backwards, we may be able to eject various things in our opponent's paths, assuming, obviously, that we are in the lead.
This would be in the lead. Why wouldn't we be in the lead?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Are you saying we should have something to fire at them too?
Got a solution for making the ground slick, in addition to your magnificent bearings.
Right, but those are the things behind us. You were just saying something about the things in front of us. We should probably have something to shoot forward.
How about those pokey trips? You know, the little 3-pointed thingies that you drop out the back, and then people bare feet run across them and
Yes.
ow!
Reach into the lab coat.
100%.
Yeah, reach into the lab coat, pull out a handful. Yes!
Yeah.
And then
Doesn't
hand them
that
to
hurt?
Vimble.
You're just
Yeah.
bleeding.
Handle them over to Vimble. There.
It's mostly just sharp, random metal objects welded together in the center.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And listen. I don't know. This is probably stupid. I don't know. It's like you guys are gonna think it's dumb, but
Dark
the
self-doubt.
grappling hook.
Yes?
Okay,
Grappling
we
hook?
could like make it so like the car like can like swing through the air.
Oh.
I think that'd be pretty cool.
Flying car. I've never drove one of those before.
Well, we can alter our center of gravity and center of balance by counterweighting a point. Yes! So shall it be.
That's the lady in the hula skirts for on the dash.
He looks over at Geyser. How would you look in a skirt?
Actually, I look really good in a skirt.
I think I just had an idea. Let's tie Geyser to the front of our car.
Yes!
Wait a minute, what?
And
No,
then-
no.
And then his king can see it, and the other goblin racers won't want to do anything bad to us because it'll hurt their little pukey friend.
And those who are looking on will think it's a goblin vehicle, and we will be unassailable.
Uh,
Do I get a say in this? Because I really, I was okay with being called Geyser. I was kind of okay with the whole, getting tackled to the ground thing. I'm okay with wearing a skirt. But, being strapped to the front of a vehicle for everyone to see is where I draw the line.
Respect that. What do you wish besides straps?
Wait, what? Ropes, chief?
No. He's going to go over and wrap an arm around Geyser. You've wanted a place to feel where you belong when you're wearing your skirts. And you've found your new family. That's the thing about street racing. It's all about family.
It's all about family.
It's always about family. You may be launching a car from the back of an aircraft, but it's about family.
I don't know what an aircraft is, but I do
See?
like the sound of family.
Science. Very
Ah.
good.
Okay.
And our way of doing things is everybody gets a vote. So who votes that Geyser rides on the front of the car?
Ah,
He's the driver, so he gets 6 votes.
wait. Okay,
You're
two of
just
you
a-
didn't have your hands up, so clearly I'm not gonna be on the front of the car, right? How
Oh,
about
there's
somewhere safe?
two.
at
Two
the-
outnumbers one.
Oh,
You know, technically you won't be on the front of the car.
what?
Yes, the bullseye will.
Ah. Oh.
You-
He begins to cry again and curls up in the fetal position, awaiting his fate.
Now, son, don't worry about that. Here's some black licorice candy.
Oh, it's gonna make me throw up.
Oh no, not this one. This one's actually just a nice, sweet, slightly bitter, slightly nauseating treat that actually doesn't make you vomit.
Pass by Vimble on the way back and say, "You've rendered him handicapped. I'm impressed. It's with the theme of the show." And then go back to building the device.
The goblin seems to be at a point where whatever you do, he's just going to take part in. You've broken his spirit at this
Aw,
Yeah.
but we're very good at repair.
point.
Fantastic.
Oh wait, so when you said racing is family, it made me think of something. I think we need to get a big giant rock so we can hurl it at our enemies.
Oh,
And
I thought you meant a bird.
maybe it'll maybe this rock can bring them all to rock bottom.
They would need to hit that before they could get better.
Yeah, I mean, and then maybe it'll drop a people's elbow on them. Possibly, it might work. We just need to get the rock.
I
The
can
rock.
throw a big rock. I'm very strong.
In
You
the
know-
pile of useful objects, there's a particularly shiny stone.
Look at
It is
that.
labeled on the front of it with a post-it note that says "The Rock."
Oh, perfect.
Oh.
I will
I
call
drew
it.
an eyebrow on it.
I will call it Dwayne.
We will gather around and look at it in admiration, for it is shiny.
And very large.
Oh.
I feel like we don't even need to run the race anymore. We've already won. Look at this thing. It's made out of it's chiseled. This thing is chiseled out of stone.
Imagine how fast we'll go once
the
we
real
throw
prize
it
was
away.
the rock.
Sudden
The real
bows
prize
before
was
it.
the rock.
Absolutely.
The real
along the
prize
way.
was the rock that we made along the way.
So
Well, let's get stoned. Put it on the car.
Design it in. And he takes chalk and starts drawing stuff out on the floor.
mhm.
Oh, hold on. I'll get another porcelain cardinal to put on the front to counterweight it.
Mm.
Oh,
Yes. It's-
Now that is precision engineering.
so far,
Volkswagen.
we have a red wood-paneled station wagon-esque vehicle, which is wheeled by 4 bicycles with extra sets of chains and wheels, and 4 slot machines, all facing backwards, levers easily accessible from the bicycles that you can pedal, where they can eject ball bearings, oil slicks, caltrops, and otherwise. Additionally, we now have the big rock, Dwayne, sitting on the rear of the vehicle, ready to be ejected at any point in time, and a grappling hook strapped to the front. Am I missing anything?
Yes. If you
Ah.
look at my character sheet, you will find an item called aerodynamics.
We add in some aerodynamics.
Oh, there are thousands of them. Just stab them right into the body.
Yep. Okay, so a bunch of arrows just into the wooden portions of the body, maybe some sticking out of our spoked wheels, creating
Oh,
quite
nothing could go wrong with that.
the aerodynamicisms needed
Yes, I know
to make a very quick
aerodynamics.
vehicle. Is there anything else we would like to add to our vehicle?
Yes! I just had to say that.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hold
I
on.
think we ought to fix the steam engine.
The
You know, you put
steam
the
engine.
fire and it makes the smoke and it I don't know, but it makes it fast.
I
seen it.
have the perfect fuel.
I saw a puppet show once that had one in it.
I have in my inventory 3 kegs of alchemist fire.
Oh god.
That'll do it.
Nitromethane, baby.
Okay, so alchemist fire fired steam engine.
Yeah.
2
Okay.
portable rams for the front.
Portable rams.
Where are we gonna find male goats at this time?
and
Places.
and
Oh, wait, there's some right
geyser
there.
geyser will be strapped to the front.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. His new designation is hood ornament.
As the hood ornament. Great.
And if you ever feel the need for a snack, or if your stomach gets a little bit uncomfortable and unsettled, here are some more black licorice candies.
I don't want it. I don't want.
Well,
Yes, exactly that. Exactly
Having a
that.
great
If you get nervous and you're afraid we're going to run into somebody, go ahead and take one of these. I'm sure that it'll work to get them out of their way.
I'll look at the others and say, it's certain that the other teams will be cheating.
All right.
We
Are you
should
saying that I should put on some of my grandmother's musk and go over there and try to lure them into doing stupid, dumb things like not even racing at all?
something could, and really overacted shadiness, happen to them suddenly.
Well,
Okay. All right.
I don't usually tell folks this, but
Like Dark Justice?
I've got the
Yeah.
mojo.
He has the mojo.
Has
You
the
may not
mojo.
have noticed
He
it, but I saw
smacks
it.
his fingers, and the little fire comes up from his thumb.
Mm,
I've got some mojo that might help us a little. I don't
perhaps
want to
they
go into
down
will.
any
detail.
scumbags.
Yes.
Stop them from cheating before they're able to do anything.
Yeah, I don't want to mention what my mojo does in front of Dark Justice because I think I might regret that later.
We must take the high ground. We are representing our queen. We must be at our best.
Oh, I'm
We
very good at what I do.
we shall go and disable the others' vehicles and weapons so we can't be accused of sabotage.
This seems like a
Exactly.
pretty perfect idea.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And if all else fails, I can show off my contortionist abilities that I had when I was back in the circus.
Oh,
It'll make it right.
Grandpa, please.
we must
Oh,
add
yes.
a trapeze. Okay, we're adding a trapeze.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh, yes. I was very nimble back in the day, and I still kind of am.
And we need drag
Mostly.
slicks. We need drag slicks.
slicks.
Or, straight slicks if we need to, but yeah.
Okay.
On wooden spokes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
On our nice little bicycle spokes.
All right.
Well, they go for the middle wheels, which the steam engine will drive. The bicycle wheels will determine the direction individually.
This seems like a foolproof plan.
Yes! Rear wheel steering! Ha ha! Science.
Where will I drive from?
Preferably the vehicle.
Well, I know that, silly, but it's got to have something in it, like a round thing for me to turn to make it go directions.
You're a driver. You don't need control of that. It's always the loose nut behind the wheel. So,
Oh,
a wheel! We can carry our spare wheels as control wheels. They'll never suspect.
Okay.
Just be sure you send. If I'm right, if I'm remembering right, make sure you stay on the. Wait. Which way do the roads go here? Do we go on the right side or the left side? Because that'll make a determination of which place you sit in.
We are racers. They go forward.
All right, so you should probably sit in the back for the best vantage point.
Do you need a comfy seat?
always.
Does Dark Justice need a comfy seat?
No, I prefer to like stand up on the top and look moody.
Oh, that's badass.
That is.
Yeah.
That is. We should.
I would like Oh, I would like a gargoyle or some type of like perch to sort of like squat and like crouch on.
So fortunately, they already built you a gargoyle, and we can just
Yes.
transplant that to your perch on the vehicle. Okay, gargoyle perch
Yes.
Perfect.
For justice.
for justice. All right,
Prepare for Zig.
excellent. So, with our vehicle having come together here, the ribs are brought already dead.
Yeah.
And
finally.
indeed barbecued. Lots of work having been done. Your poor goblin friend does munch on some ribs, contemplating his life choices and service to the Goblin King. It goes far into the night of constructing, and the next day is the day that you leave.
And just before we leave, I will present him with his long grass skirt.
He's very thankful, not super happy with being strapped to the front of the vehicle, but as he sniffles and snuffs, he does take his place at the front of our wood-paneled vehicle, powered by bicycles and alchemist fire.
Oh yes, and I'll hang his armor on him. We have armor for you. Big red sign with concentric circles. Yeah, that will
Nice
protect
little-
you.
Nice little target for poor Geyser here. Yeah. So as the morning comes and all of the kobolds on the street watch as your vehicle trundles out of Koboldia, the city of kobolds, the queen sitting regal in her magazine throne, having been brought magazine by magazine to a new location to wave to you from the misshapen walls.
My sister's always a show off.
You
it's a lot of
exit to the
magazines.
cheers of your people, and they wish you luck on the Realm Rally Royale. With that, we will take a break, as we're about an hour and 15 into this particular set here, and when we come back, we hit the raceway and find out how it goes.
yeah.
All right.
So thanks for joining us here today, everyone at home, and we will be back in about 5. Welcome back to Krash Kobolds, where our would-be heroic racers are heading to the Realm Rally Royale, where they will be competing to be the fastest of all the vehicles in the race itself, as they go trundling away from Koboldia to the cheers of their people and the expecting glance from their queen. They travel across the land until they arrive in what seems to be a rather small farm village. But this farm village has turned out all the stops, and all 20 of the villagers sit in the stands waiting for the start of the Realm Rally Royale. As our kobold vehicle pulls up to the site, they see the following already arrayed in front of them in the starting line positions. At the front, a wizard, a rather Merlin-esque looking person, but like not that Merlin, an artistically distinct rendition of a Merlin with, blue robes and stars and constellations on him, and a long white beard, who seems to be riding a purple flying disc. He's studying his wizard's book at the front of the line. There
He
also
seems like a pompous ass, but okay.
There's an illithid riding what seems to be a tentacle emanating from a portal in the ground. You look into the deep blackness as the car goes by, and the abyss stares back at
Watch out for him, Vimbo. He's up
Then-
to illicit activities.
you. Then Geyser goes, oh no! As you drive by what seems to be a very augmented mine cart. Lots of bells and literal whistles hanging off every bit of it. And 3 goblins inside, one with blue hair, one with pink, and another with green, as they tinker about with their vehicle at the line here. And doing his best to hide, though he can't, he has a literal target painted on him. Geyser goes, don't look at me, don't look at me, don't look at me. And then all 3 of the goblins look up and look at him. The 3 goblin women go, Geyser? What you doing there, man?
They already know he's called
Wow,
Geyser.
Wow, you're a great judge of character. You knew his name already.
Word gets out.
He
What
looks
do you
like a
mean?
geyser.
That's his name.
He looked like a geyser, and that's what we called him. He actually offered his name.
True, he
Geyser
did earn
tries
that
to
one.
turn around and look at you and goes,
It was actually my name. You called me Geyser because of throwing up. They called me Geyser because of The
Growing
other
up.
way.
Ah,
Ah, great.
damn, we could have used that as a weapon.
Ah. All right, there's no time. Let's flip him over.
Guys are here, nods to them as he's strapped to the front of your vehicle with a target painted. He goes,
Pixie, Trixie, Mixie, good to see you.
and he whispers over to you and goes,
They're the most popular girls in Goblin School.
They also have the
hate
same
them.
naming nomenclature as my family.
Just be careful of them. They're really smart.
and they go back to working on their rather steampunk minecart as you continue down the way. Past them, you see the dwarves driving an actual tank. It's just an armored vehicle of death. Yeah, it's pretty extensive here, and they are happily working on this thing. Sneezy, Sleepy, Happy, and Mo. Mo seems to be the ringleader of the operation here and is going over notes as he watches you glaring at your vehicle as it drives by.
Okay, what do I roll for Stink Eye?
Yeah, performance, intimidation.
Oh! I'm equally good at both.
Yeah.
What do I roll to make Sneezy sneeze from my grandmother's musk?
Oh, a wafting. So like athletics maybe to waft aggressively?
Okay.
I accidentally rolled a 14.
Nice. Yes, you give him the stink eye and he glares back at you, his long black beard braided as such, bald, shiny head shining in the sunlight. He glares at you and you can hear him under his breath go, "Lucky." What was your wafting?
16.
16. Oh, absolutely. There comes a violent set of sneezes from inside the tank as Sneezy is set about to sneezing uproariously.
Ha-ha! And they
Nice.
said that those mothballs that I put my clothes in weren't going to be effective.
As you continue driving down towards your position at the back, two ogres, the twins, Umf and Kumpf, seem to be constructing their vehicle just on the roadway here. Two large cylinders of stone, a couple of tree logs where they seem to be pruning the trees, just ripping the branches off of them and giving themselves a nice little bench in the middle. Some of them, one of them seems to be putting the branches with the most leaves behind in their little knapsacks to provide them some shade.
That's diabolical.
The next one in line seems to be a cat person, a tabaxi wearing these robes. And he's sitting cross-legged on the ground, meditating, humming something here. No vehicle in sight at all.
Hmm.
It's another furry, of course.
Yeah, I should have known. The fursuiters.
None of them
I
can drive.
hear you. I'm not a furry. I'm literally a cat. That's what tabaxi are.
But
That's
humanoids
what all
that look
furries
like
say.
cats are what furries
But
want.
are you a jellicle cat?
Oh, I wouldn't trust his jellicality.
An eye pops open from where he is meditating. He goes, "No, I'm a cat of the First Order of the Lotus."
Lotus, damn it, he's got great handling.
He also sounds pretentious.
We can't let him get into the lead because it'll be impossible to catch up.
Yes, you keep that in mind, kobolds.
Yeah, we better nip this cat in the bud.
Clearly he's going to be trouble for us because he's got an English accent.
As you drive
sounds so
by
smart.
to the rear here, you find yourself next to what seems to be just one of the farming folk. He has a tricycle, and as you look at him,
My favorite.
you recognize him. He's from the cover of that Peasant Monthly magazine that looked so curious on the Queen's throne. You know him as Peasant Perry, famous for being on the cover of Peasant Monthly.
Hate you intensely, and I want your autograph.
Hey, it's Pee-Pee.
Oh, hey everyone. Welcome. It's your first time at the race.
I mean,
No,
I've watched a few.
I do this all the time.
Oh, that's great. That's wonderful. Yeah. Well, your place is right next to me. Hi, I'm Perry, Peasant Perry. Peasant is my first name. Perry's my last name.
Man,
I've
who
actually
named you? Who named you? That was a very mean trick by your parents to call you peasant.
true, but peasant work is actually from one generation to another. You just kind of fall into it, and eventually, it's like the word smith, right? You just kind of get named for your profession.
That's your surname, not your actual. Okay, never mind. Either way.
Well, they didn't want to call me peasant, so they just kind of flipped it around on its head there.
I thought you were named for the bird.
No, not really. That's a pheasant, I believe. But we have those on feast days, which is actually quite nice. Just pull your little vehicle around here. I like your little goblin hood ornament there. That'll provide you some real oomph in the running. I don't want to brag or anything, but I've actually won this race 2 times in a row now.
Well, you seem to be a quite pleasant peasant there, Perry. What do you do in order to be able to get one over on the rest of us?
Well, normally I just start with this little tricycle here, and I just start to pedal in, and eventually, everyone, I'm just left in the dust, and then somehow I win. So eventually, I just happen to be in front of everyone. Now, I don't know if I take shortcuts of a kind, or am missing pieces of the course there, but I don't want to give away my secrets.
I know your trick. You're here to race next year's race.
Oh, no. See, I tried that one the first year, but we'll have to see. Hey, and about that autograph, yeah, I've got a pen right here and a little quill and ink. Where do you want me to sign?
This is a family show, so we can't really show that.
Oh, all right. Yeah, no, that's fine. I got a little slip of paper here. Just kind of
right. Slip of paper.
Peasant Perry.
Oh, that's lovely.
Well, I mean, one of you said you wanted an autograph. It's just
here I've got several pieces of parchment on my record sheet, and I'll make sure that he signs at the bottom of those. All the rest is blank. We'll fill that in later.
Yeah, he signs without questioning anything. Oh, multiple. Yes, of course.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Well, the race will begin soon enough, so just settle on in.
Do you have your kingdom security number you could give us as well?
Unfortunately, as a peasant, we don't get one.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Or do you at least have a public notary that can ensure your actual identity for, in case we have to show this autograph to someone else, or if they think that it's not real?
I'll look in the parts box. See, do we have a notarizer?
Yeah, just like a stamp. Yeah, you have something that says, it's a stamp that just says, this is official.
Yes, just what we need.
Perfect.
Yes, stamp.
Yeah. It's like, see, it looks like we've got it figured out, all notaried and everything.
Yes.
You've been such a good Perry. Could I offer you black licorice candy?
Oh, they're very good.
No, that's all right. I ate big meal before heading out here from my family.
You're gonna deny an old lady the opportunity to give a candy to a kind stranger?
I'm making note. Chemical weapons are coming.
So I just had a big meal. If you got ones to share, there's plenty of other drivers out here that could use things.
Okay, I gotta ask you a question.
Since you're pretentious, Peasant Perry.
Since you're named after the bird, do you use the bird to power your racers? Your racer?
No, just my feet. And again, that's a pheasant. I'm a peasant.
Right, the bird.
I thought of the bird whenever you said rock.
Wait,
really?
Huh.
That makes sense.
Wait a minute.
It was part of the super secret design process. You needn't worry yourself, Mr. Peasant.
Yeah, yes, of course. I'm going to get to setting about making sure my racer is good to go. Good luck to you, huh?
Yeah.
He
all
will
right.
set to tightening some nuts on his tricycle. As you
I
take
don't.
your spot, yeah, go ahead.
I don't trust. He's got bike nuts.
What did you say?
I don't trust this.
Sorry,
I don't trust this peasant. Can I try and Bimble's got is inquisitive rogue. Can I try and use my eye for detail to see if he's like if there's anything like suspicious with his vehicle?
Eye for detail is an insight check, correct?
Yeah.
It is
so.
yeah. No. Well, I was going to use investigation to check for to uncover or decipher clues.
Oh, cool.
Ah, okay.
Or it's
So
it's perception or investigation.
This'll be perception. Investigation would require you to be like up in the business of the thing.
Oh,
And,
okay.
like, so if
I
you
mean,
wanted to
we
do
were
it
nuts
from-
deep.
If you
Yep.
wanted to like do it from a distance, like so from up here where he might not
Oh.
notice you doing it, rather than like going up to the vehicle and like taking a look at
No,
it.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me a perception.
All right, let's go. 16.
Yeah, nice. So just kind of like observing him and observing his vehicle here, which is just kind of a tricycle. It doesn't look like it has any bells or whistles on it, literally or otherwise. It seems to just be a simple tricycle. Honestly, kind of rusty and worn down. You note that one of the wheels has been patched multiple times, and well, Peasant Perry kind of looks a little malnourished. Probably has been sick recently too. He looks a little sallow. There doesn't seem to be anything outstanding about this person at all.
You know what probably happens?
Um,
He probably just sticks to the back and waits for us to all hit each other, and then he just rides by us all after we've all been done knocking each other out of the road and out of the race.
You can't trust a Perry.
Also, no bell or whistle is a violation of the rule, or like is a safety hazard. He's a criminal.
In my record sheet, you will find I have a number of horns. We're legal.
We're legal.
Oh yeah.
So as your car takes the back end here, and you look at all of the racers, is there anything that you want to do while you have a brief amount of time before the race begins?
Oh, absolutely.
Are there any of them that aren't particularly paying close attention to their car right now? I'd like to stealth over to it and maybe check out the undercarriage and make
Yeah.
modifications.
I think the despite keeping close eye and watch on their vehicle, the dwarves it's a closed system, right?
Right.
There's a hatch, and it doesn't look like there's much for them to look out of upon the rest of the people. That, and it looks like the two twin ogres have taken to punching each other in the face and are no longer paying attention to their vehicle at all.
All right.
We race calisthenics.
I'll just I'll go for a walk. I gotta stretch my legs before we start racing. You gotta keep that blood flow going.
Wait, I have your racing outfit.
Wait.
Yes?
I need to
I
do
have clothes. Fine.
I
He's
think
going to
Bimble's
have-
gonna.
A scale-tight suit made out of a sleeve from some noble's outfit. He's
Now,
going to
how-
look incredible and amazing, and I bought a bucket so that he could have a helmet.
Oh,
I have a helmet, and I have my racing leathers. They're all red. That makes me go faster. Jeez, don't you? I thought you knew about racing.
You can't argue with drivers.
Okay, I'm going to do my pre-race walkabout. It's a tradition. It's lucky. I'll just walk along.
Wait, I'm
behind,
busy.
I'll walk along behind the ogres,
Okay.
and
Roll me stealth.
that happens to be something that I know a little bit about. Oh, I rolled a modified 25.
Okay. The ogres are absolutely beating the literal snot out of each other now. It seems that their kind of pre-race calisthenics has turned into more than that, and they are now wrestling upon the ground. What would you like to do?
I would like to come around the backside of their race car and loosen the one of the wheels. Whatever's holding it attached. I would like to.
Yes.
I have Tinker's tools.
Okay,
If
so I
that
want
would
you to
help.
roll me a little Tinker's Tools check here.
Alrighty.
Let's call it with dexterity. I think it's probably already taken into account on your sheet there.
Oh yeah. So like sleight of hand or just the dex roll.
So Tinker's Tools, right? You likely have proficiency with it, so it'll be
Yes,
it is a Tinker's Tools check, right?
All right.
So it'll be the roll proficiency
it's
bonus.
Yeah, it'll end up being
plus
like a
the skill.
it's whatever skill you're
Yeah.
like just have base proficiency in for
Yeah.
dexterity
So it should be like
skill.
Dex, yeah.
Right. So add to the 2 to the dex. Got it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was gonna say sometimes I'll just like, oh, it's a Tinker's Tools check that I'm using Dex with. Okay, just roll sleight of hand because you have proficiency.
It's pretty much the
in,
same thing
in it
yeah.
already, so it's the same modifier.
Yeah.
The computer doesn't know.
Yeah. I rolled a natural 18 for a total of 24.
As you go to
Jesus.
the rear like cylindrical stone, you
Yeah.
note that they're not really like screwed on in any way. It seems they've taken a wooden peg and smashed a square peg into a round hole through the tree log that holds the whole thing together. From here, you're able to kind of like shave down a little bit of that peg to make sure that it sits a little rickety inside. Not noticeable to the naked ogre eye, but perhaps down the racing line, they may have some trouble.
Oh.
I'm just shaking my head thinking what we could have done with that kind of funding.
Square pegs and round holes, we could have done amazing things. Perfect. So, yeah, while you're doing that, Norma, what are you doing?
Would like to see if I can determine which one of these dwarves is the driver.
Ah, okay. Roll me an insight check.
All right. Oh, that is a 10.
A 10. It seems that Sleepy is the primary driver of this vehicle. And as
Okay.
you watch, Sleepy, due to his name, does occasionally nod off.
Right. All right. I think I've got this. Okay. And I adjust my my Afghan on my shoulders, and I take out a little bit more of my wonderful perfume, which happens to be a perfume of bewitching. It will allow me to have advantage on charisma checks directed at humanoids of a challenge rating of 1 or lower, whichever that means. And
Whatever that word is.
and I will then also get one of my blue pills that allows you to not fear your face, which also happens to be Unisom, and I will stick it into one of my black licorice candies and make my way over there.
Okay, and you approach there, and I think Mo is still the one standing outside going over the checklist. He goes, "Oh, that Kobold, hold up."
Oh, hello there, young man. How are you today?
Oh, I'm going to be great after we win this damn thing.
Oh, I bet you will. I bet you will. Say, what's a kobold like me got to do to get with a strapping young man like that one over there?
What, Sleepy?
Yeah.
I'll probably keep him awake.
Yeah, probably right. But now, seriously, I mean, obviously he dozes off a lot, so how do I keep his attention?
Well, keeping his attention is kind of a hard thing. I think we've probably made quite the mistake making him the driver at this point in time.
He's the driver.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. He's got the most dexterous fingers, you see. And that's quite important in driving our particular vehicle. Lots of buttons, bits, and bobs, you know. So,
Yes, having those shifty fingers can be very helpful.
right, so keeping
many
his
ways.
attention. I think we've resorted to slapping him about the face when he starts to doze.
Oh, okay. All right. What is he? What is
What's your
his-
interest with Sleepy anyway, huh?
Well, I mean, he's just got that, that vacant look in his eyes that just makes him so attractive.
You do have that.
I mean, he's got that 1,000-yard stare. It's almost like he's looking right through you. I love it so much. Makes it feel like he really can just see right through you. So I just, I just want to wish him luck. Is he nearby?
Right, yeah, hang on. Hey, Sleepy! And from inside, you hear a sneeze, and then a slap, and then a dwarf comes crawling out. Yeah, what's up, boss?
Hi there, handsome.
Oh, hello.
I was wondering, what are you doing after the race today?
He, settles down on the open top of the tank and just puts his head on his arms. He goes,
Oh, nothing. Probably going to take a
hold
nap.
on, hold on. And I like clamber up the side of the tank.
Go give him a little slap.
Okay, you like it?
Well, I don't think there's not really much of a choice at this point. You kind of just gotta pump him one.
All right. And I go up there and I do that. I just put him one.
Oh, hi. Hey there,
Ah.
I'm Sleepy. What's your name?
I'm Norma. Pleasure to meet you.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, I was just wondering, what are you doing later after the race? You seem
Oh,
to.
after we win, we're probably gonna go get some drinks and things.
Ooh, I would like to join you for that.
Yeah,
You know,
Morphin
I
Ale's
must.
pretty good.
I must say, you have very beautiful, vacant eyes. If you did not
Oh.
know.
Thank you.
And then
You're
like, he just
very
like stares at you, and as nothing happens for a while, you realize he's fallen asleep with his eyes open.
Perfect. And as he's like, oh yes, and oh, you want some candy? That's right. Here you go. And I just like throw it into his gaping open mouth.
And he goes,
Now I've got an idea.
Well, what was? Oh,
Don't
oh,
worry
hi
about it.
there.
It was just a little good luck candy for you. You're
Oh.
a nice boy. Well, I'll see you after the race there, handsome.
Oh, okay. You good luck.
Good luck.
Goodbye.
and yeah, I think Mo looks at you and goes, "Oi, I want candy."
Oh, you want candy too? All right,
Yeah.
here you go. And not expecting to have to drug more than one person.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try at the same time. To slip. He's kind of the leader, right? So
Mhm. He seems to
I
be the
mean-
lead engineer.
lead engineer. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna while taking out a black licorice candy, try to like put some like eye drops on it.
Oh god!
And just at the
All right,
same time.
roll me a nice little sleight of hand.
Oh yeah, sure. 22.
Oh my god! Yeah, absolutely. You get some.
Oh,
eye
sorry, not
drops.
22. 20. Sorry.
Nah, it's still plenty. There's no way he notices this. Just you like get a little eye drops on the candy there, and then yeah, you give him the piece of candy.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, and he takes it. Oh, thanks, appreciate that. That's delicious.
Yeah, black
hey.
licorice is a unsung hero of the candy family.
You let that lucky know
All
that
right.
unfortunately we're watching you, and you're going to be the first target of this here tank.
Well, that's not a very nice thing to say. I'm just
you
you're
know-
gonna attack an old grandmother.
Probably.
Oh, that's not very kind.
Well, you know, it's about winning, and what you'll realize about the Realm Rally Royale is that there ain't no rules.
Well, I take back my candy.
Too
Offering.
late. I've already eaten it.
Oh, you! And then I just walk away. I'm just like,
Yeah. Yes. Roll me a d10.
Okay.
And while you do that, we've got two other people here who haven't taken any actions yet while for the pre-race. So, Mr. Justice.
Oh,
What are
yeah.
you doing?
So I don't trust this peasant. I
Okay,
think that
yes.
he's up
You're
to
still
no
on the
good. I
peasant.
think that
Perfect.
he is. Oh yeah, no. I think that he is. I mean, you know, I don't think. I think that he, you know, is. He's in the wrong part of town. I think. I'm like. I think that that's. It's a little suspicious. You know. I want to try and stealth over to the peasant and see if I can mess with his. You know, just take a look inside his ride. You know, see if there. I feel like I've got like probable cause at this point.
Sure. Yeah, he's just a guy. We absolutely
Yeah.
have probable cause.
Yeah.
So you go make your way back over to Peasant Perry, and he goes, "Oh, hey there. How's it going?"
Oh, I mean, I was gonna try and like sneak
you
up
wanna,
on
like-
him. Is that possible?
Yeah.
To try and like,
Roll
yeah,
stealth over to it. Sure. Roll me stealth.
yeah. I want to try and stealth over and see if I can like mess with his tricycle. But is that like, or is
Okay, you're
he?
probably going to need to. I mean, the tricycle isn't very large, and
Right,
he's
right,
paying
right,
attention
right,
to it,
right.
so you're
Yeah.
probably going to have to distract him in some way. How would you like to do that?
Yeah.
Put a bucket on his head.
You could do that.
It wouldn't probably take me too long to sabotage the ogres. I could do a quick mage hand over there and tap him on the shoulder to get him to turn around.
Oh, does that? Yeah, does that work?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So roll me stealth as you approach, as you make this plan with Sudden, who says that they will suddenly mage hand tap on Peasant Perry's shoulder to give you a brief moment in time to observe the tricycle.
All right, I got a 17.
A 17 as you sneak your way over there. Just as you're about to approach the tricycle, the mage hand taps on his shoulder, and Peasant Perry goes, "Oh, hello? Who's there?" And you sneak right underneath his nose. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for something that makes it that's a little I don't know, that shouldn't be there, like contraband, anything that like might be boosting this tricycle's speed, or just anything. And hey, if parts of the tricycle get damaged in the process of my investigation, so be it.
Roll me the investigation. Now you've got
go.
Proximity. You can put your hands on it.
Yeah.
I got a 9.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. You start poring over this tricycle here, and the more and more you look for something, the more and more you realize this is literally just a piece of junk. And you're like, man, there's nothing about this that, like, maybe the handlebar tassels, but otherwise there's nothing going on here.
That's what they want you to think.
Yeah.
You have to get across the border.
Damn.
Oh,
well,
they have illegally downloaded tricycle themes.
I still think it's like worth sabotaging. Can I try and like slash his tires or something like that as I leave, or will that get
like roll me like a sleight of hand, and just
a sleight of hand. Let's go.
Yeah, so you just like slash through one of his dilapidated.
19.
Yeah, slash through with one of your sharp, pointy objects, and you puncture probably the already punctured front wheel of this tricycle, and you're able to make your way away from him. As Peasant Perry turns back and goes, "Well, guess it must have been the wind."
I'll walk up to him after he recovers from the distraction and say,
"Hi.
Just remember, Perry, there is no tricycle. There is only do or do not sickles." And then I walk away.
That seemed oddly profound.
I'm the smart one.
And he sits on his tricycle, puts his little goggles on, and prepares for the race. Lucky, you are the last of our people to have not taken an action here. What is it you would like to do before the race begins?
Now that I've seen the competition, I'm going to add speed. That's it. I have no better engineering than that. But I know whatever I'm doing will add speed. Oh, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Ha! I'll rig another bucket. Oh, I do have to get the water loaded in to go with my soap to make slicks.
Yes.
And
Fortunately,
speaking of
there's
which,
a nice little stream nearby to bucket up some water.
oh, I'm going to bucket up good. Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
What? What could go wrong? Everything's going to be fine.
True.
Yes.
It'll be fine.
And I'm going to give a contemptuous look at Mo. And I'll just go.
He looks back at you.
Go. Racing.
Okay. With that, Norma, what was that D10 roll?
6.
A 6. Okay. All right. Sounds good. So the racers are all taking their spots, all 8, including yourself, down at the back next to Peasant Perry, who gives you a nice little friendly wave and says, "Good luck." And eventually, over what seems to be a magically rigged loudspeaker, the announcer comes on. "Racers, take your marks. Start your engines."
We were supposed to bring a guy named Mark?
Whoa, Mark didn't make it.
There seems to be a chorus of sometimes for the unengined vehicles, like kumph and oomph, seem to be just going while they patter their feet on the ground. As the wizard goes and starting his engine, and the tentacle seems to be making some unearthly keening sound from the abyss below the portal. Yeah, you start up your vehicle here, ready to go.
Pull my goggles down.
Goggles
That's the
on.
call Call Waiting of Cthulhu. Yes.
Yes.
I take my position in front of the slot machines. I light my cigarette and I start getting ready to pull.
I'm pouring in alchemist fire. Yes.
Okay, yes, as it flares to life, our steam engine sounding much more like a race car engine for whatever reason. The power behind it of belief. The announcer says, "On your marks, get set,
We're gonna be on mark now.
go!" And somehow a magical flag takes off here, and everyone begins to tear off down the way. Now, our driver will be the first one to make me a little roll here. I want a driving roll, and you're going to tell me what you're rolling because you're rolling with this attribute and how you're driving in that fashion.
Oh, we're doomed.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know there would be a test.
Oh, there's always a test.
Race.
As Geyser begins to scream at the front of the vehicle.
Yes.
I'm a very
That
active,
siren will clear them out.
I'm a very active driver when I drive. I move around a lot, so I'm
Yeah.
thinking it'll be acrobatics.
Perfect. Love it. Roll me
Objective is to
acrobatics.
move. I'll be your pit boss. Somehow I've got a headset.
Yeah, absolutely. It came out of somewhere. It's like it's just a cup with a string, but you know, it works out.
I rolled a 9, but that comes out to be a 15.
Yes, excellent. As our driver begins to weave their way at the initial portion of this here, avoiding some of our less friendly competition, immediately coming out in front of Peasant Perry here.
I had to get my role-playing goggles on. Okay.
Yeah, love it. Norma, at the slots here, there's no one behind you except for Peasant Perry at this point in time. What do you want to do?
Diabolical bastard.
He's kind of a pretentious bastard, so I'm gonna go ahead and yank on one of my slot machines and hope I hit it big.
Oh,
Yes!
God. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll me a D4.
All right. 2.
A 2. An oil slick comes out of your particular slot machine here and goes backwards, and immediately Perry goes spinning out inside of it there. Very successful on that front.
And I take my cigarette and I throw it out the back.
Excellent. Lucky as Pitbot boss and
hopefully at the oil slick.
Hopefully at the oil slick. You were very far ahead of him, unfortunately.
Okay. All right.
I mean, he's in a little tricycle just.
All right, running him off the road was good enough. I won't make him explode. It's fine.
Yeah,
But
so
explosions.
Lucky, what do you want to try and do here? You're currently in the engineering spot. What does that mean? What do you do?
Oh, I just engineer it all up.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. Roll the engineering. What is that, like a Tinker Tools check?
It might be. Well, no, I've got. Actually, since we just started up, I'm going to check temperatures and make sure that we are up to speed. So I will do an investigation check.
Yeah, absolutely. Love that.
Sure. Yes, 7.
A 7.
Oh.
As you look at it, you realize, we didn't install any gauges or any dials. But we've got a lot of buttons. You're not sure what the buttons are for, but we got a lot of them.
We are Kobold. We'll use our sense of smell.
You take a deep whiff. It smells like alchemist fire. Things must be working. Perfect.
Checks out.
And
Love
I just look strung tighter than a banjo off those fumes. It's great.
Bimble, as my weapons expert for the round, what are you doing perched up at your gargoyle, height?
Yeah. Yeah, no. So, like, the city's afraid of me. I'm trying to try and see its true face. Can I try and, perceive if there's anyone, nearby who looks like they, might be cheating in some way? A criminal who I might want to, try and... Whose ride I might want to try and attack?
Roll me perception or insight.
Perception it is.
That's ahead of obviously cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 19.
Yeah. That cat person, the monk, is running so fast and is the only one without a vehicle of some kind to ride upon. It seems somewhat illegal that he should be traveling so quickly without a vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Running wildcat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, running quickly, Wildcat.
Ah.
I mean, yeah.
I'll point and say, clearly, he's a cheetah.
Ah!
Yeah.
And you note that at this point in time, as he's taken off the top of his robes here, covered in spots like a cheetah.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. No, if I'm gonna try and I'm gonna take this scumbag down. You there? If you weren't supposed to drive, there would be cities would be walkable. And
I try not to apply too much brain to that. I succeed.
I'm gonna try and can I just start throwing
Yes,
knives
absolutely.
at
You
him?
want to throw some
Okay.
stuff at him? Go for it.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
that's
roll
the
me
move.
whatever
Okay.
your thrown weapon is.
Yeah, it's a dart, and it's random sharp stuff. And I roll a 12.
You roll a 12. He sees it coming, and with his monk speed, nabs the dart out of the air.
Oh,
Oh,
And he's
skimble
going-
shakes.
Dang.
He's going
Pretty
to
impressive.
That
expend.
guy's a railway cat.
He's going to
Cat.
expend a key point and throw it back at you.
Okay.
Oh, that is thoughtful.
This is
That
a
is
real
going to be-
catastrophe.
That is going to be a 19 to hit.
Oh, he's just returning it back to you. You dropped
Yeah, that
something.
hits.
Yeah, that hits. Okay. It is
yeah.
going to deal 4 points of damage as the dart is thankfully returned right back to you.
Okay.
Oh, being an unpolice officer.
Okay. That also a thing about Vimble is that he's pretty strong. He has 13 max health. So
Uh-oh.
So that dart
I
takes
made this
you
character.
really hard here.
Takes one of his
Oh
arms.
yeah, no, I made this character, and then my it started level 1. My after I sort of made it, my DM was like, "You're making Constitution your dump stat," because I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah, I love it.
Good
That
now.
dart gets thrown back and it hurts really bad. Now, you were just worried that he might be a cheetah, but it has become very evident that he's absolutely assaulted a police officer now.
Yeah. Stop
He is a-
resisting.
He is a cheat. He is a cheetah.
He is a cheetah. Yes, and so as the first round here, and everyone starts to take form and shape, it seems that you right now are in 7th, with Peasant Perry some further way behind. The monk directly in front of you here. The ogres then in front of them, the kobold, the dwarves, the illithid, and the wizard forming out up until our front of the race here. And as you are trundling forward here, you watch as time and space is rent in front of you.
Oh no!
Oh.
Yeah.
We
Time and
can't
space
pay
is
them.
renting in front of us. Is it gonna be like a housing crisis?
Probably, but the hills and fields of the farmland here fade away, and you are plunged underwater as you continue to drive forth. For whatever reason, you're still able to breathe here, but you are now driving on a raceway underwater. From this, I need everyone to roll me a d4, as the chaos of the moment has thrown you from your particular seats and landing in another one.
Oh jeez.
Oh.
What seat was I occupying again? Just the slot machines? Just pulling
Yeah.
levers?
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
I
Yeah,
was like, I'm not the weapons person.
it's
is
one
a
of,
good
it's one of the
idea.
weapon,
No
one of the
driving.
weapon seats.
I'm
It's
the
fine.
I'm the utility person.
Okay, so Lucky, that's a 1. You are now the driver. As you get bumped over into the driver's seat there. Sudden, what'd you get?
A
Work
one.
this plan.
A 1? Nope, you're
Oh.
bumped into the weapons expert. You are now in one of the bicycle seats with access to one of the lever arms. Great, love that. Norma, what'd you roll?
2.
A 2? This puts you as engineer.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, so now you get to engineer something, I suppose.
All right,
yeah.
whatever that means. I'm sure my wisdom from my grandson will guide me perfectly.
Probably. Vimble, what'd you roll?
The 2.
You rolled a 2 as well. That will bump you to what we're going to call the navigator position, as it is now your job to help your driver friend navigate the perils of underwater.
All right.
So with that, at the top of the round, what I need my driver to do, go ahead and just roll me a d6.
Which one's the driver?
You are.
You.
It's you.
Yeah, that's why I'm sitting there in the seat going, which one's the... Ah! Totally freeze up straight ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Roll me that D6.
And the number of the rolling is 4.
A 4. It seems that a school of fish has interspersed itself between you and the next racer in front of you. It has also gotten into our cheetah's face here, and it seems to be slowing him down quite a lot. You could take advantage of this situation if you knew how to navigate around it. My navigator friend, as you see this happen, I need you to perceive or insight a way through the school of fish to assist your driver in navigating the obstacle.
All right, let's see if I can do it. 15.
15's pretty good. Driver, I need you to roll me a driving stat of some kind with advantage, because right now, Vimble is helping you navigate through the school of fish.
Insight?
You want to you insight the fish's movements and how they are interacting amongst the flows of the water, and you try to match the school of fish there. Yeah, roll it.
All right, here we
with
go.
advantage.
Oh, okay. A 17 and an 11. 17.
17 looks good. You do. You become the fish. Somehow, through the power of your driving belief and the assistance of Vimble, you actually veer off the course and become one with the school of fish floating through the water, and find yourself in front of the cheetah at the end of that there. Now, you are in front of the cheetah, and the rest of the pack is still in front of you here. Sudden, being in the slot machine / weapons accessible spot of your vehicle, what do you want to do?
I want to use that slot. That slot machine's been calling to me. I yank on the slot machine handle.
Okay, this is roll me a D4.
All right. A 1. It seems to be a theme.
A 1. The 1 pours out 1,000 ball bearings upon the watery floor. The cheetah behind you slipping amongst them, trying to catch themselves there. And I'm going to see if he's able to do that. That's a 2. He is not able to do so, and he is swept away amongst the fish off into the underwater, where hopefully he finds air at some point in time, because otherwise it's going to be the end for our poor monk friend here.
Hopefully he doesn't bump his head and go catatonic.
I didn't think you went in for catfishing.
Fantastic. Norma.
You don't know
Yes, of course.
Yes, Norma, you are currently in the center of your vehicle here, engineering something. What do you do?
Well, I think this is the time that I'm going to take out one of my pieces of parchment.
Yes.
And write a note to my grandson to tell me how to teach me thermodynamics really fast.
Perfect. Love that. You take out your paper bird underwater, where ink functions for whatever reason still.
Oh, yes.
And
so
you're
does
able
the fire.
to fold that up and then just kind of float it away. You don't know where you are in the world or realms, but that bird actually makes its way back really, really quickly. And inside is detailed, intricate notes on how to utilize thermodynamics to your advantage here. There is mention of underground volcanoes and perhaps tapping into their heat to boost your steam engine's power.
All right. I tried to read it because, unfortunately, I forgot that I know how to write, but reading is...
Reading's a little hard?
Yeah, reading's a little hard. Writing comprehension, great. Reading, not so great.
Roll me an intelligence check to see if you get the gist.
It's not going to be... Well, it might be okay, actually. 19!
19's actually really good. The idea stands. There's an underground volcano, so that right over there. If you happen to drive over it and angle your steam engine just slightly enough, you could give yourself a boost.
Quickly, Lucky! Run, you drive over there!
Lucky, this is your time. I need you to roll your driving check again and get over there.
Okay, D6? Or, no, sorry.
Like a roll. You did insight last time.
I did
if you
insight,
want to try that
yeah.
again, or if you think another check here fits better, go ahead and roll that.
Well, I've got perception.
Yeah,
I could
roll
try
that.
Let's see what happens.
Observe the reefs and corals around you here to try and pick your way amongst them towards the underwater volcano.
Oh, wow, I hope that this is an advantage.
It is not.
Good.
Go over there, I said.
Oh, that over there. 6.
6. Awesome. You go barreling through the reef life here. Fish, coral, and otherwise being splattered against you, and you find like a little sea slug like attached to your goggles at the front
Oh,
here.
yeah.
As you
Yeah.
drive up the side of this volcano portion. What's the plan here, engineer? What do you want it to do?
Well, I'm hoping that by the time we get up there, I will throw some of my ipecac down into the mouth of the volcano, and it will do just like what all the other things do when I throw it in there. Explode and push its force.
I think this is a great idea, and I need you to roll me a thrown thing. Whatever that is. Athletics or something.
Acrobatics, sleight of
Sure.
hand.
Right. Yeah, sleight of hand. Why not?
Yeah. Oh, that's a natural 1.
Oh,
Which
So it
one of us
turns
drinks
out-
it?
Yeah, as you get to the top there, you try to throw it into the volcano as the vehicle goes over the top, wanting it to explode and give your steam engine that boost. You throw it out, and a passing whale inhales the ipecac into itself here, and you hear the gurgling and burbling of the whale as it expels all
there
of the
she
krill
blows.
that it's consumed for the last 3 weeks.
Kind
Ah.
of worked. I mean, it's not a volcano, but it's still something that'll push us.
On the other side, the avalanche of thrown up krill carries you down the mountain and back onto the race course. Fortunately, no time lost, and yet some time gained. You find yourself behind the twins, Oomph and Kumph, as they are flintstoning along on the underwater track here. However, the avalanche has switched everyone's seats, and I need you to roll me a d4.
Oh God.
And we're going from the bottom to the top on my screen. So, Vimble, you're going to be my first one here. What'd you get?
Let's go. I got a 3.
You got a 3? Okay, wait, I've got 2 3s here. All right. The double means that the person who hasn't gone driver yet goes driver. Vimble, you are bumped into the driver's seat for this. Okay?
Let's
Sudden, what did
roll.
you roll?
Dark driving.
A 2? Okay. This will put you in the wait, you just did weapons. The navigator spot for this now. And that means, Norma, what did you get? A 4? Okay. This puts you back at, this is a help spot. So you get to help any single person that you want to on their roll. Okay?
Excellent.
Yeah. And this puts our friend Lucky in the weapons spot. You are bumped into the current location where all the levers are accessible to you to utilize weapons as you see fit. So,
Yes.
our driver,
Ride.
our driver, Vimble, I need you to roll me a d6.
Let's go. Let's go. Got a 3.
A 3, 2, 3.
Yeah.
It seems that the course is taking you extremely close to a whirlpool. A maelstrom is, as if you will, as it spirals downwards into the ocean. And I need you to do some driving here to get out of it. That being said, Norma, do you want to help this action or hold your action for one of the other ones?
He is the baddest ass one of us in the entire group, so I
He
probably
is.
will let him do his thing.
Okay, perfect. So,
You don't need my help.
Vimble, for while you're driving,
alone.
yeah, how do you want to maneuver the vehicle? What skill do you think best suits Vimble attempting to drive like around/through the maelstrom?
Brooding skill. Your brooding skill.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
I'm gonna take these.
I'm
glasses
not
off.
sure what would make the most sense here. I'm trying not just to pick like the one that's like optimal, but
Yeah, right. Well, that's the thing. If you want
yeah.
it to be that, then be that. But if you think there's something that fits your
no, I'm
character
trying to
for
figure it out.
driving,
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
Survival.
yeah, survival.
Yeah.
no, I don't like that. No, let's do a different one.
I'm not gonna do that at all.
You don't like to
yeah,
survive.
no, investigation, right? No, I'm kidding.
Animal handling. I mean, you could attempt it, right? Like maybe you see something passing by and you're like, I want to animal handle that shark over there and have it assist us in this. Right? So like
I mean,
pick one and come up with a reason.
Okay. I mean, I feel like I like the image of like Vimble's like his like tiny body. It has to be like it's like one of those things where it's like the steering wheel is like going like crazy and like spinning. He has to like grab it and like sort of pull it back. And so I'm gonna use like athletics. Is that makes sense?
Yeah, absolutely. As it goes spinning here, because you're in a maelstrom, literally spinning, you have to grab it and right your vehicle here. Go ahead and roll me athletics.
22!
Oh my god!
Oh, that's
all
a
right.
crit!
That's awesome. Yeah, so
we found something you're good at.
With that, and it absolutely, with it being a crit here, what you find is that the whirlpool here has actually sped up your rotation around the racetrack, and you found the sweet spot, sending you sailing past oomph and koomph as they attempt to trundle along, their back wheel shaking scarily.
Yeah. Wait. No. Can it be flavored as like using the like justice array, like the mounted justice like grappling hook to like grab onto things and like spin around and use the centrifugal force to like shoot us forward? That's
grappling oomph and koomph from the back here. Going around the maelstrom and shooting out ahead of them here. Yeah, absolutely. Love that. Okay. With that, our weapons expert at this moment.
Well, first I'd like to say how happy I am for Geyser, because when we went through all of that earlier, he wound up with an eel wrapped around him, and that's amore.
Oh,
psychic damage.
Yeah.
They
it
look
turns out the
together.
only person that can't breathe on the vehicle is actually Geyser. So he's having a terrible time, probably drowning potentially at the front of your vehicle.
Oh, helping then.
Keep your mouth closed. Okay. He is a bit shiny and chrome.
So. A little bit. So what do you want to do here?
Yeah, well, I've got weapons options. Who else is there besides the twins?
Yeah, so the twins have been sent directly back from you. Who lies in front of you are the goblins. The goblin triplets, Pixie, Trixie, and Mixie, as they drive their augmented minecart around the edge of the maelstrom here.
Wipe out. Yeah, so that's who I'm going to attack.
Okay, with what?
Mm-hmm. Is the grappling hook still attached to the twins?
We just did the grappling hook, so that's currently being used. So you'd be doing this thing like simultaneously to everyone else's action. So things that you could do here, like while you're spinning around, you could attempt to utilize the jackpot machine and see if it spits out the correct direction. You also have the rock. You have plenty of arrows for your aerodynamics. You have portable rams strapped to the front.
That's what
there's
I'm thinking.
A trapeze. There's quite a lot of things here.
That's for me later.
We need to do a water pit maneuver.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of a kiddie pool thing. So, yes, using the rams, let's tag one rear side of the goblin's vehicle.
Okay, so this is going to be a ramming attack.
Yes.
This is you physically utilizing the ram here. So I think this is just going to be athletics. And so you watch Norma as trying to heft one of the portable rams. We have Lucky trying to smash into the group of goblins. Do you want to assist in this action?
I've already decided. I'm going to help out our friend Geyser.
Oh, poor Geyser. Yeah, good idea. All right, so Lucky, give me an athletics check here.
Sudden, throw this. Is Sudden busy?
Sudden, are you busy? I think so. Sudden, you're an engineer right now, so you could sacrifice your action to help.
I'll sacrifice my action because I have no idea what I'm doing. I was never taught how to drive a train.
Perfect, love it. So I need athletics checks from both of you.
Oh, this is going to suck.
as you heave and hoe the portable ram on the side of the vehicle. Is it good?
It really is.
Oh, it is? Is it a what?
It's a natural 20.
Nice.
I got 15.
Perfect. Yeah, a natural 20 and a 15. You smash this portable ram into the rear left wheel of the mining cart as it goes careening around here. Let's see if their pilot can hold on. That's a 3. They go spinning out of control off the side here, and you hear Geyser go, "Meh!" all of the rest of his air being expelled from his tiny goblin body.
I yell, "Goblins suck!" as we drive by.
Norma, what do you want to do?
All right, so I'm going to get to the front of the vehicle, and seeing as Geyser just let out all of his air that he had left, I'm going to four-gesture this and go ahead and smack him one right on the lips and give him a full breath of air.
Yes!
All right, sounds good. And you do so, and he like puffs up much like a balloon, and is strapped there. His target painted on his chest, expanding as such. But you do help him survive the round. And as you do this,
yeah, I mean, I'm not heartless. I just don't want the kid to die.
As you do this, a portal rends in front of you, and the rest of the drivers go careening through, and you find yourself on an icy mountain pass, barreling down the side of a mountain, and all of your spots trading once again. Roll me a d4.
Okay. 4 again.
Nice. Okay. So that'll put you, because you have not driven yet, you rolled 4. You go from help to driver.
All right.
So you get bumped from smacking Geyser on the lips here into the driver's seat. Vimble, you just drove. This puts you back at weapons. Okay. 2, navigation, Lucky. You're on navigation for this one. Sudden, what'd you get? 2. That'll put you at help. So you are the assist for this. You can assist in some way or take a free action. Yeah, absolutely. With that, Norma, I need a D6 as you go careening down the icy mountain pass.
Incidentally, you've awakened some things in Geyser.
yeah. His eyes go wide here.
Who's the furry now? 2.
A 2. Love this. There seems to be walking in front of you here, in between what looks to be the tank, which has spun its weapon around to face backwards at this point, going down the mountain. In between you and that tank are 2 people wearing parkas, carrying what seems to be a rather large pane of glass between them.
That's unfortunate.
So I need you to make me some kind of driving check here to either avoid the pane of glass or smash on through it.
It's inevitable. Windows always crashes.
Well, I don't want to get stuck with a blue screen here, so let's see. All right. I am going to take my glasses and push them up a little bit. Take out one of the butterscotch candies that I have. That's what I do when I want to focus. And I put another cigarette in my mouth, and I go, Leroy Jenkins!
Straight through. Okay. What is the stat you want to utilize?
Performance, of course.
Okay. Roll me a performance check.
How loud can I leave? Natural 1.
Ow.
Is it really? Oh,
It's another
Lord.
one. Yeah.
Okay. As you go
on the same die, too. So
Leroying through the pane of glass, it shatters and it cuts across you and the rest of your crew, and especially Geyser up front.
Oh no!
So everyone in the party here is going to take, let's see, it'll be 1, 2, 3d6 worth of slashing damage.
Sorry about that, Dark Justice.
Yeah.
One for the team.
It'll come out to 8 total slashing damage as the glass smashes across here. Geyser,
you have like what, 2 hit points left?
Yeah, 1. Oh no! Geyser is unconscious, glass sticking out of various portions of his body at the front of the vehicle.
Well, as long as they're in, he won't bleed out.
Potentially, yeah. He's not looking very good. Yeah, you go smashing through that there. Due to not taking the time to go around it, you do close the distance a little bit with the dwarven tank here.
That was
which is
obviously the intention.
which is going to fire off a shot in the general area here, and it is a 12 to hit the vehicle, which is going to miss, but it is going to cause your vehicle to jump and bobble a little bit in the air here as you continue forward. Yeah, that being said, let's go with our... Ooh, who's on weapons this time?
Me.
Yeah, Vimble. As you take some glass to the body, what do you want to do?
Can anyone heal?
No.
No. Okay.
Drive.
Oh wait, hold on. Let's pretend. Hold on. What else do I have in my bag here?
Band-aids.
Yeah, I got some band-aids.
We'd be rolling more than
And-
a D4 if we had a healer.
And a couple of used tissues.
Oh,
Okay.
chunky style.
All right. Sounds. It sounds like our medical bay is fully stocked. In that case, Who? Yeah. Who? Is there anyone? I'm gonna try and do some perceiving to see if I can. Yeah. Try and find anyone to who I can take out from here.
Well, so right now, directly in front of you is the dwarves in their tank.
Oh my god! Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. In that case.
When does start throwing up? I gave that to him about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, I've got it written down.
Oh, I
Don't
know
worry.
you do. I know you do. It should be any minute now.
Anytime.
I'm gonna point out something in the chat. Yes, slapping a band-aid and kissing his boo would probably work too.
And we
The
do
power of
have a
belief.
grandma.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
extra
Okay.
power.
Can I try and use I want to use insightful fighting. So I'm gonna try and use insightful make a insight check against the dwarves, and then if I do, it's sort of the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes thing where I can understand their weaknesses in the fight
Sure.
and get advantage with my
Yeah.
sneak
Roll
attack.
me insight against the tank.
You know exactly the
Yeah.
nerve cluster to hit. On the
Yeah.
Got a 20.
You got a 20? Jesus.
Just
Yeah, buddy.
combobulate.
Yeah, you look at it there and you say, this is so different from regular kobold engineering. It must be significantly weaker than ours. Look at how many wheels that it has upon it there. I wonder if I just remove one of them, what would happen?
That's your
Perfect.
science.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna attack with advantage.
Mm-hmm. What?
One is a crit.
What are you
So
using?
my darts,
Oh,
or
okay.
my glass shards that
The glass shards.
I've gotten. I've reloaded my inventory of weapons.
Just
right
trying to
now.
Of
personal.
sharp objects. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure you had enough, dear.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, thank you. So yeah, so that first one is a crit. I don't know if there's any point in rolling a second because not a crit.
Yeah, I mean, if it's the highest you could possibly roll, just do that and just roll me damage with sneak attack or whatever. You sneak attacked a tank for whatever that's worth.
Tanks
don't have eyes.
Yeah, they couldn't see it coming.
Wait. So sorry, I rolled again, but then I didn't know what it would do. But it was
Just damage, whatever.
Yeah.
You roll that.
So it's I got a 12.
12 total. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of your exceedingly sharp glass shards that you took out of your own body and then threw at the tank in front of you here seems to have lodged itself nicely in one of the track's wheels. It seems to wobble in front of you, back and forth, very close to falling out of the array.
Hell yeah.
Okay. You are currently bleeding from many different wounds.
I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
okay.
Grandma's love will fix that next round.
Grandma's level, fix it. All right, so that's driving, that's weapons. What do I have next? Lucky, you were what? I believe navigation. Is that correct?
I believe I was, we'll say navigation.
Navigation.
Sure.
As you
What's-
see what's coming ahead,
Yes.
I want you to make some form of check that will help your driver on the next round.
Hmm.
Uh,
You want to help him help?
I'll help him help.
Help him help? Yeah. It seems that when you smashed through the glass pane here, the two Sherpas, I suppose, that were carrying it also were carrying a map that has flown up into your face here, and now you hold it in front of you. It seems to specifically have the race course listed upon it.
Huh.
And also
Good.
says danger, avalanche.
What could go wrong? So, avalanche ahead. Do you fancy an avalanche? You know what's very, very bad in an avalanche? A tank! He thinks he's so clever. Yeah.
It's not
A
wrong.
tank would be bad in an avalanche.
Everything's bad in an avalanche.
Oh, no need to be reductive.
Who's Lanch?
Avalanche.
So,
I
as you
think-
have the access to this here, what do you want to
Yes.
roll?
Let's see. I have,
Oh God.
oh, investigation for the exact line to take to trigger the avalanche, but still get through it.
Absolutely. Okay. With that, roll me investigation, and with the help there, Sudden, you can roll it as well.
Oh, investigation. You chose my key powerful skill.
Dude, I just rolled another natural 20.
Stop,
jeez.
all of you with your 20s. What is this?
I mean,
I
rolled
know.
one,
Most
so I
powerful
balance it out.
kobolds in existence.
We
I balance it
shouldn't
out. I
be
roll
this
once.
successful.
And I would like to add an 18 to that.
Oh my god. Yeah, it seems that, like, as you look at the map, the actual dotted line appears on the map that you will need to take as a driver to
Oh.
not only trigger the avalanche, but avoid the fallout entirely. And you see it before you like magic.
My. Oh, I can see it. Behold.
So, your
Beholder,
driver's going to have
where?
a fun time.
I'll do,
Yeah,
and so
beholder
I'll
again.
I'll do the smart thing and I'll just draw it on the windshield in front of the driver.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it fits perfectly into the mountain pass. Excellent. As that happens, go ahead and roll me a d4 as you hit a particularly big bump, and everyone's seats switch again. 2?
You know,
Okay.
I don't roll this well in your game, Temple.
Oh, yeah. You suck.
I think this puts Sudden, because Sudden, you're the only one that hasn't driven yet, correct?
No, I was the first driver.
You were this. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm the
Who hasn't driven?
designated driver.
Has everyone driven already?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think we
Yeah,
have.
yeah,
Hell
yeah.
yeah. Okay.
So it's back to my
Uh,
turn.
Yeah, well, it depends. Norma, what'd you roll? You said 2?
2.
2? Okay, Vimble and Lucky both got 4. Sudden,
I
what'd you
got
get?
2.
You got 2 as well? Okay, so we do have a tie there. So yeah, you know what, Sudden? Take driver. Perfect. We'll go back to the beginning. Norma, weapons expert. Lucky, engineer. And at the back, sitting on top of his gargoyle where he's been perched, is now Vimble, waiting, observing. And with this, I'm going to roll a quick little
Coughing
die
up
here.
blood.
Yeah. Excellent. Oh, God, they're so in trouble. Great. As you start this round, you see, as you had it drawn out for you on the windshield here, Sudden, the line you must take to cause the avalanche and give you the advantage in the race.
It is preordained.
It is. So with
You are the
advantage,
chosen one.
I need you to roll me the driver check of your choice.
All right. Well, since I have to be very precise, and I don't want the other drivers to see it, I'm going to use sleight of hand.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Roll me sleight of hand with advantage.
Yes.
One wasn't so good.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Advantage. Advantage.
I know.
No,
Ah.
keep rolling until you get what you want.
Well, the second one wasn't any better. I got a total of 15.
A total of 15. 15's gonna be enough. That's good enough here.
Your
to
interpretation of
follow the
bad is a
line.
little bit skewed.
Yeah, I think 15's plenty at this point.
Well,
As
Engineering.
you
I rolled
follow
a 7, so
the magic line and the tank turns to fire at you one more time, the explosion from the barrel happens, and that piece of glass that knocked that little wheel loose causes the entire tank to sideways and over as the tracks fall out from underneath it here. The echo here and your line against the mountain causes an avalanche to come tumbling down on the remaining racers here, which we are running out of. The Illithid and the Wizard are the only two in front of you at this point as the avalanche comes barreling down. Oh, this is... The Illithid, fortunately enough, the tentacle just becomes longer out of the pit of the abyss that it comes out and just raises him above the avalanche and continues traveling along. The Wizard, taken by surprise, seemingly mumbling something under his breath here as he looks through the spell book, stumbles on whatever the spell was, and another portal is rent open in front of him. And you see what looks to be the horde of a dragon, and the dragon itself directly in front of you. And so for whatever reason, your magical little line tells you to go into that portal as you drive through the avalanche. So as that's happening and you're getting ahead of the Illithid at this moment as you ride your magical defined line, what does our weapons expert do?
Oh, okay.
You've got the Illithid here as he's like riding high on the tentacle. The Wizard who has stumbled over a spell and seemingly rent open more space-time for you to drive through.
Yeah.
And everyone else is buried in an avalanche or left underwater.
Yeah. Roll for profuse bleeding.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna try and the Illithid, I think, is the one to go after, right? Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
I think it's illegal.
Ah,
yeah,
there you go.
exactly.
The Illithid has illicit drugs on him.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm gonna try and do the same thing as before. I'm gonna try and do the insightful fighting. See if I can get advantage. I got 15.
Yeah, sure. That's good enough.
Okay.
He seems to be unperturbed by the situation at hand and just non-caring. Just riding a tentacle that is coming out of a dark portal.
They're always that way. He's driving distracted. He was taking a call
Yeah,
of Cthulhu.
exactly.
Oh,
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna do my little attack. Does a 10 hit?
A 10, unfortunately, will not. As you throw another shard of glass at the Illithid, he seems to notice you there and puts up this wall of psychic force that blocks your blade.
Oh.
He now has noticed you and your crew.
Oh, wait, no, sorry. But if I did the insightful fighting, then that gives me advantage. And a 21 does hit.
Okay, I take everything I said back.
I hope.
Fucking.
Sorry,
all right, man.
Assumed, but I figured, yeah.
I take everything I say back and roll damage against an Illithid.
I get a 9.
A 9. You do 9 points of damage to the Illithid, and he really notes you and your crew.
Right.
We're getting the special sauce.
Absolutely. My secondary weapons expert for this round is Norma here. So, Norma, what do you want to do?
All right, it's time for me to do what I do best. Jump on the trapeze and contortion my way, then swing onto the Illithid's vehicle.
Tentacle.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Grandma
Yeah,
hentai.
that is distinctly acrobating your way over there.
Yes, it is.
During an avalanche.
Yes! That's why it has style.
Good luck! Roll me acrobatics!
It's a natural one again.
Yes!
Okay, as you attempt to do the flips off into the air here and go that direction, you realize that your trajectory is off. And you start sailing down the mountain. Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
All right, I'm running out of dice here, so.
Grandma got run over by an avalanche.
No,
are
it
a snowball's
happen.
chance.
You did? Really? You go sailing over everyone and through the
That's
portal
4 in a
beyond.
row.
You're consistent.
splashing quite painfully into what seems to be this dragon's hoard of gems, jewels, and other shiny bits. As you splash into it, you take 5 points of damage from the fall there. And you realize as you turn around and look, there is an enormous ancient red dragon sitting on top of the hoard, and you have sprayed up some coins to awaken him.
Yes.
One of the big dragony eyes rolls around and looks at you. We'll get to whatever happens with that after our little engineer check, right? Let's see how that goes. Engineer, what would you like to do?
Oh, what could go wrong? I mean, this is going perfectly. This is oh. Grandma! Maybe your grandson will catch you. So, yeah, no, this is going to be just fine. What we need is, let's see. We've got a wizard. We've got a tentacle. We've got oh, there are some hentai implications I do not approve of. But, all right, this will be fine. Obviously, we need more speed if we're going to catch her. So, let's pour in another barrel of alchemist fire.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh,
because
God.
We've clearly cooled down from being in avalanche territory. So let's get the burners going again.
I love it. This is perfect. You have another barrel of alchemist fire. This does require you to open the engine while it's firing to dump in the extra alchemist fire. I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Well, that's just science. All right. What?
A Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, I failed it so well.
Oh.
A 7.
A 7. As you open it, a blast of heat comes out of the engine. You begin to pour in more alchemist fire. It's very, very hot. You take 5 points of fire damage while you do this.
So beautiful!
You do, however, get the boost in, and this will increase your speed and driving capability for the next round.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So, as we go barreling through one of the last
I
of our
saw what you
portals
did.
here. So we go barreling through one of our last portals here. Everyone roll me a d4 except Norma.
I mean, I'm not there, so.
Norma's not on the vehicle.
You never know where you'll land.
Yeah. Norma's not on the vehicle.
Norma, then. Norma. Oh, I got a 4 this time.
3 for Lucky. 4 for Sudden. What'd you get, Vimble?
I got a 4.
You got a 4 as well. Vimble, this bumps you into the driver's seat. Weapons go to Lucky. And Sudden, you can take your pick, because Norma's not here, to secondary weapons, navigator, engineer, or help.
Weapon.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry?
Secondary weapons.
Secondary weapons. Okay. And as we do this, go ahead and make the driving roll here, Vimble, as you are attempting to maneuver past the Illithid, right? So he looks and watches you as you guys are driving around him, riding that magical line down the avalanche to put you into second place at the moment. And
would it be too much of an asshole move to do a stealth roll? Because we are trying to avoid him.
That's fine. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
What are crevasses for? Yeah.
Yeah. It's 14.
14. Okay. So on a 14, as he observes you all here, he's gonna spot. Unfortunately, he watches you go across. You're able to take the secondary position, right? That's good enough to maintain the drive on your magical avalanche line. But I do need everyone in the car to roll me a wisdom saving throw as a blast of psychic energy emanates out from the Illithid in retribution for being stabbed with a shard of glass.
5.
Did you say wisdom?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
You sure it was wisdom?
Oh, it's wisdom.
The only one I have a 0 on.
Oh, it's wisdom.
Oh, no.
I got a -1 on wisdom.
I got a 3.
That's 2 3s and then a 5?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Ah, weird. I'm the one that took resilient wisdom.
That's so
Because I'm a
wild.
grandmother.
4d8 points of psychic damage slam
Oh.
across the vehicle for 17 total points.
Ow.
This was a great game.
Yeah. I'm unconscious.
I'm
Okay.
dead.
This
Yeah.
this flashes and unfortunately
Dead is
Bimble
relative.
goes down. Geyser's absolutely blasted at this point. It's over. Sudden goes unconscious. Lucky, are you up or down?
Oh, down.
Down. Okay. Absolutely. As the car goes careening into the horde of the dragon, Norma, you're the only one still conscious here. You watch as the vehicle comes smashing into the horde without anyone driving or controlling it. What do you want to do?
I don't know. I've been preparing for this all my life. Time to take down the big one. As I assume the dragon.
The dragon has looked at you here. And you note now there's like a small placard off to the side that says Horatio, the incredibly fearsome red dragon.
Perfect. As I stared into Horatio's eyes, making sure that my grandmother's musk is at full potential, I begin to do some of my contortionist things that not like anything that this giant large dragon has ever seen before.
Uh-huh.
And I try to endear it to me to see if I can't attempt to seduce it into flying us the rest of the way.
Okay. All right.
You're
So,
both reptilian, so you know.
I mean, you pick what stat you think most will seduce Horatio, the terrifying, incredibly fearsome red dragon
Obviously, performance.
of top toddler T-ball champion fame. Roll me performance, and you cannot roll another one. It's impossible,
I
right?
literally,
It's
I've rolled
physically
4.
impossible.
Thanks for jinxing it.
Yeah, well,
Yep.
it's my job.
Oh, look, a 2.
No, stop.
I can't take my camera off of it's another one.
There's no that's 3 in a row.
That's 5 in a row.
Wait, what?
Listen, man.
5 in a row.
Listen, fate owes you. Go to a casino now.
That is
pull the slot
you've
machines.
accrued a lot of luck debt, right?
Yeah.
Like that's
Yes.
you've got a lot
Oh,
of
shit.
luck debt. Whatever your next dice game is gonna be
Wait.
it better be in your favor.
It's going to
Wait,
be a
wait, wait.
live stream on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. at twitch.tv/bluecollardm.
Yeah. That's when.
And that's the show. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
And if we're
With
gonna
that,
die,
you
go out with a
perform
promo.
this thing, and the musk is so strong.
Oh wait, I have
Just like-
advantage. I have advantage. Oh my god. Thank
Um,
you. For,
okay.
Because of my
The
perfume.
musk.
Literally because of my perfuming of bewitching. A tiny
If you
vo-
roll
it-
another one, it's over. I'm just gonna leave. Like there's no
was-
way.
I was scrolled up too high. There's a reason he's named Lucky.
Ah.
I took the lucky feat.
Oh, yeah. That's a no. Stop. There's no way.
It happened again. I don't know what to do.
There's actually no way.
Any other die? Okay, there's an 18 on the dice. Finally,
What
it's
is
not
the-
a 1.
What is that? That is
What
6 in a row of 1s. What is
This
the
is how we
actual
like
odds
it.
of that?
Damn it,
Kobolds.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, I guess, but like,
Your musk overpowering, rolling double nat 1s on the performance of your lifetime. Much like
I
when
wish
you
I could
made-
make that up.
Much
I
like
really do.
much like how you made Sneezy, especially Sneezy. It turns out your musk has a particularly sneezy ability. The dragon here, Horatio,
Sneezes fire all over us.
sneezes outwards here and in a tremendous gust, blasting Norma through the air towards the vehicle as it also gets pushed forward. Norma, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I'm okay at those as well. Hey, it's not a 1.
I was gonna say, I'm just gonna keep making you roll things until they're not.
22.
ones. 22.
There you
go back into the vehicle where you notice your 3 friends all unconscious. No one at the wheel, but the blast of hot air from Horatio, the very terrifying ancient red dragon, has pushed you forward into what looks to be the last portal. The farmland stretches there in front of you, and off in the distance, you see him. Peasant Perry, who seems to have avoided all of the chaos and is currently actually in first place. What do you want to do? The rest of your friends here are unconscious on the ground of the vehicle.
Yes, smelling something.
I ready myself onto the back of the vehicle, and this is gonna be a lot of things probably all at once. But
Okay.
I'm going to try to lock the steering wheel so it drives straight to the finish line.
Okay.
And while doing so, launch myself off of all of the levers at the same time.
Uh-huh.
Grab the trapeze and try to jump onto Peasant Perry.
Okay.
Obviously with my nightgown still flapping in the breeze, and show him the scariest eldritch horror he's ever seen, hopefully deterring him off the track.
Perfect. Love it. Everyone else can roll me a death save, because that's where we're at.
I will use my lucky feet.
Hey, what do you want for that?
A death save is just a D20.
Oh no.
Oh,
What
for
am
you,
am I rolling a death save too?
I'm mentally coming up with what this is gonna be. I think it's easy enough for you to strap down the wheel. That's not a problem. Soaring through the air and launching yourself off of something like that is, I think, acrobatics again.
Right, because I'm jumping off of the levers up to
I'm
my
thinking-
little flying trapeze and swinging off again.
Jumping off the levers, I need 4d4 from you, and I need to know the individual numbers of them. And then I need your acrobatics check. For my death saves, Lucky, what'd you get?
Yeah.
We're good? Okay,
Yeah.
Sudden, are we good?
Mine is a nat 20 for my first one of the night.
Awesome.
Hey.
You watch as you're preparing this whole thing, Sudden coughs, and an eye opens up on the ground. Sudden, you're gonna get an action out of this. Vimble,
Steer straight!
what did you get, Vimble?
A 7. I don't know what that does.
So under a 10 just means a failure, and you
Okay.
get up to 3 failures, and then you're dead.
All right.
Or 3 successes and you become stable. If you happen to roll a nat 20, as Sudden just did, you're conscious, and you get an action, and you're at 1 HP. You watch as Norma seems to be strapping down the wheel and is preparing for some order of shenaniganry.
Oh, use Geyser's limp arm to hold it in place.
Geyser, take the wheel!
Sudden, what do you want to do?
She has the steering wheel strapped down
Yeah, with Geyser's limp arm.
with the Kaiser's limp on.
Yeah.
How far away is the peasant?
Pretty far, 300 feet.
Oh,
This is
geez,
going to be
okay.
some leap.
Yeah, no kidding.
I got it.
Yes.
I
it's
will
easy.
jump into the driver's seat and hit full acceleration.
Okay, yeah, you just stamp down on whatever the accelerator is that we don't know.
Not
you
the
believe
button.
you believe
Yes.
very hard and smash the big red button.
I've wanted to hit that button for all
Roll
my
me-
life.
Roll me a D100 for smashing the big red button. Out
Oh,
of
what
this,
it does.
Norma, what was the rolls on the D4s?
3 2s and a 4.
3 2s. Okay, the oil slicks that, and then 4s?
Yeah.
The 4s are when the slot machine hits jackpot
Oh, Jesus.
and begins to emit alchemist fire boost behind you,
Yeah!
proceeding even faster. Okay, this is followed by the 2s being oil slicks, so igniting the oil slicks behind you with the jackpotted flames pouring out from behind the vehicle. You're literally just creating fire behind you, hitting the big red button. What did you roll on your D100?
I rolled a 52.
52
Yeah.
is just enough that the engine doesn't explode.
Oh, good. That's
So-
nice.
You hit that and just expel the rest of the alchemist fire out behind you. You're on a rocket ship. With the additional
Yeah.
speed here, Norma, give me the acrobatics check.
For crying out loud.
If you roll a 1, I
Oh,
swear.
thank God. 21.
21! Oh, it's so good. As you launch yourself from the vehicle, soaring through the air like the eldritch horror you wanted to appear to be, over Perry the peasant's head, he looks up.
Here's the bare chest of a 30-year-old kobold
Matriarch?
bosoms.
Yeah.
Just like flailing around and just the most terrifying thing he's ever seen, I imagine.
As we watch and we know it's going to be a photo finish,
Oh, that's a photo.
the slashed tire of Peasant Perry finally falls off. And he goes collapsing over to the side as Norma sails through the air and smashes into the stands past the finish line, winning the Realm Rally Royale and probably sacrificing her life. Well done. You've won.
I am the oldest kobold!
Wake up!
Well
And I
done.
look around at everybody as I wake up and I go, no! Geyser! My family!
Geyser is very dead. Fortunately, your kobold friends do become conscious past the finish line there. And it seems that only you and Peasant Perry actually survived the entirety of the Realm Rally Royale. And congratulations, you've won. You get to take the trophy back home to your kobold queen and live to race another day. So thank you for playing, everyone. I appreciate that.
Sutton's doing donuts at the finish line.
At the finish line. I would love to do just shout outs around the horn here, things that you want to plug before we round out the show, starting with Larry playing Lucky the Mechanic.
Lucky the Mechanic, bringing science to your mayhem. That's it.
Perfect. Love it. Great show. Excellent. Fantastic. Temple, who is playing Sudden, is there anything that you want to plug out there for the people?
Yeah, if you want to make your game or your campaign accessible for blind people, contact me on Twitter at blindtemple, and send me a direct message, and I will help anybody that sends it to me with no hesitation. Glad to do it.
Awesome. And thank you very much for playing. Blue Collar, Howie playing Norma today.
I would just like to voice that black licorice actually does taste delightful. And yes, you can find me on all the socials, Blue Collar DM. Like I said, do a lot of like educational stuff for people who are just getting into the hobby for the first time, whether it be from the player side or the DM side. And I did, like I shamelessly plugged halfway through the show, the stream that starts on Tuesday, 7 p.m. is Wild Beyond the Witchlight, which will probably be pretty dang near as close to as wild as what this is. There'll be a lot of there'll be a lot of there'll be dice giveaways. There'll also be a lot of like the audience participation aspect will be as a part of it as well. And no, you don't have to pay to participate. It'll be wild shenanigans, picking random encounters and triggering wild magic, all that fun stuff. So get and check it out.
Love it. Last and certainly not least, Sam, who played Vimble
Yeah,
today.
You can check me out at on YouTube at We're in Hell. I'm desperately trying to upload this video, but it looks like it's not going to happen until tomorrow. I think I'm very much in trouble with my sponsors. So that's going to be good. But anyway, thanks so much for having me, and
Absolutely.
I thought that was great. Everybody, I think that we're going to be in good standing with the Queen on her magazine throne.
Pretty well.
She does have issues.
She might have a little bit of issues. I have been your DM for the evening. My name is Joel, Runaway Robot. You can find me on YouTube at Runaway Robot or on Twitch at twitch.tv/Runaway Robot with an underscore at the end because they won't give me the damn name. One of these days, that will actually happen. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Well, you got to pay around here to get the actual name.
Apparently, way too many people.
Yeah.
It's been an absolute blast to run this. Thanks for letting me experiment with Krash Kobolds here.
That was great.
It was a good amount of fun, and I'm glad we could support a great cause here. That's it for me. And I think for everyone here, thanks everyone. Have a great evening and good night.
Good night, everybody.
Mm.
Night.